ऐसी जगह है जहाँ स्ट्रेस, टेंशन, लफड़े, झगड़े सारी वीडियो को जमा करते हैं। तो फुकट शॉट मत लो, सिर्फ देते रहो।
शॉट देते सर पे सीधा जमापुर, कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर। कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर, और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑफ सारे कार। जमापुर बदले शॉट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर। मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर, जिसको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार, कर ले यार या तो पार। क्यों करते ही फाइव स्टैक सारी वीडी भूल जाते, नुस्ता मचाते भूल जाते, घर के लफड़े जो बता नहीं पाते, खर्चे रोजे बढ़ते जाते, जूते नए लेने हैं पर खुद का कुछ कमा नहीं पाते। मेरे पास सारे खास मेरे हाथ में नहीं क्लास, है माय ड्रीम्स नहीं ये नींद बस एक काम का बुखार। तुझे चेंज करना कल तो फिर घिस लाला आज, रो मत बीटी लेते टाइम ही ये जो देगा सब जवाब। मेहनत करते रे मत रुकना नहीं तू करना मत सवाल, फले मीठा पर ये सफर उससे बहुत ही लाजवाब। सारे रास्ते बंद तब कर देगा वो कुछ ना कुछ कमाल, फोकट वास्ते देने वाले लोग तो बहुत ही ये जरूरी, ठोकर खाकर ही तू लेगा सबसे लंबी ये उछाल। बस कर दे लाला झड़ रहे तेरे बाल, स्ट्रेस को तू बाद में डाल, खुश रहे मिल रहा तेरे को खाने को डाल, रख अच्छे विचार जाना है आखिर में कंधों पे चाल। तो टेंशन का को ले रहा सीधा भेज जिसको किधर को जमापुर, कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर। कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर, और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑफ सारे कार। जमापुर बदले शॉट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर। मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर, जिसको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार, कर ले यार या तो पार। 8 साल का ग्राइंड तब करा शाइन, ट्रेन के खाए तके अबे फ्लाइट एवरी टाइम। टूटा हुआ पीसी पहले लो दे बहुत फ्रेम्स, तभी नहीं गिव अप किया ये पूरा करा मैंने गेम। जितने का था मेरा पीसी अभी उतने का है हेडफोन, नहीं थे नेट के पैसे इंटरनेट पे अब हूँ वेल नोन। घर पे सबको खुशी मिल रहा नहीं चाहिए अननोन है सब, सपने से बड़ा ये सब। गिर गया फिर भी उठ के ट्राई करा बार बार हर बार, रास्ते बनते सारे आंखें नमते मेरे लिए तब राम नाम। रास्ते बनते सारे आंखें नमते मेरे, करना बहुत खाली बच्चन फूक दे रहे, सोच रहे कल के पर आज ही सोते रहे, सुनते कुछ नहीं खाली बनते बहरे। बोले गए अब टाइम नहीं है रील स्वाइप करने में बिजी, कल करते यार आज में वाइब नहीं है, मिलेंगे ऐसे सोचिए बोलने झूठ अपने आप से। तू सिर्फ डर अपने बाप से बाकी दूर कर दिमाग से, और अगर आप फ्री टिकट किधर को जमापुर, कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर। कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर, और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑफ सारे कार। जमापुर बदले शॉट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर। मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर, जिसको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार, कर ले यार या तो पार।
हेलो या फाइनली ओ माय गॉड वेलकम बैक दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का एक और नाइट अमेरिकाज की वॉच पार्टी में। लेट्स फ्रिकिंग गो। व्हाट्स अप व्हाट्स अप व्हाट्स अप। रिमोट मिला नहीं ना भाई, अरे ढूंढा ही नहीं मैं एक्चुअली, भाई का बर्थडे था तो अभी बाहर जरा घूम के आया। हैप्पी रिपब्लिक डे, हैप्पी रिपब्लिक डे मेरे भाई। रैम लैग, अबे अभी तो चालू हुई यार, अभी चालू हुई और अभी लैग, क्या बोल रहे हो भाई? आज मेरा भी बर्थडे है, हैप्पी बर्थडे मेरे भाई। हैप्पी हैप्पी रिपब्लिक डे टू ईच एंड एवरीवन। लमीन का बाइसिकल किक देखा मैंने, यस सर। लेट्स गो लेट्स गो लेट्स गो। अभी चालू तो मैच होने वाला है थोड़ी देर में. 100 Thieves वर्सेस Sentinels है ब्रो. इट्स अ फ्रिकिंग क्रेजी गेम. और अगला गेम भी बहुत क्रेजी है एनवी का. तो या कौन जीतेगा? भाई इमॉर्टल आ गया जिंदगी में पहली बार. लेट्स गो. क्या बात कर रहा है भाई? कांग्रेट्स यार, यू डिजर्व इट ब्रो. यू फ्रिकिंग गुड एट इट. पढ़ाई और स्ट्रीम, मतलब आप ये पूछो कि आपको पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए या स्ट्रीम करनी चाहिए, तो मेरे स्ट्रीम देखनी चाहिए. तो मेरे हिसाब से आपको अभी हमारी स्ट्रीम देखनी चाहिए. Am I your favorite? Who the hell are you, Sam146? We love old Sen. Only 10 seconds is saucy John cutie. एक सेकंड. एक सेकंड चैट, मेरा फोन रख रहा हूँ, फोन फेंक रहा हूँ मैं. एक ही सेकंड. Yeah, perfect. All right. Let's freaking go. It's time for VCT Americas. माइकल कॉर्स का टी शर्ट, ये क्या हो सके थे, वो फैक्ट्री फॉल्ट वाला होता, मतलब ओजी है बट 1500 में मिला मेरे को.
Battery 20%.
बैटरी 24%. तो हम क्या करें? तो चिखाओ.
Go for Sen, honestly. We've lost those guys every single time. So we're going to be given a nice little upset, hopefully. Going to be looking for some revenge.
And it's Sentinels who comes out on top in the Battle of NA.
They revamped their roster. Tinatino, Bora, Bang, going back to 100 Thieves from Sentinels. You know, we gotta put him back where he belongs. Just send him back to losing again.
It's got to be Nair right now. Electric back into the site. That's another.
I've played against Sentinels more than some players.
चश्मा अच्छा है भाई, मेरे भाई ने गिफ्ट किया. बंटा रिमोट नहीं मिला क्या लाइट्स का? नहीं ना बंटा है, वही तो शॉट है यार, रिमोट नहीं मिला भाई. ईयरफोन पहनता हूँ आज. रिमोट चाहिए भाई. रिमोट कब मिलेगा क्या बता. मेरे को आई गेस है ना, पीछे जो अपना कचरा है ना मेरा, वो मैं थोड़ा साफ करूंगा तो ऑटोमेटिक मिल जाएगा. मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है. जर्सी किसकी बेस्ट है इस बार?
Welcome back to the catch here, folks.
बेस्ट जर्सी
One of the most
तो
compelling games, if
सैंटियागो
not
में
the most
निकलेगी
of
नहीं.
this weekend of VCT
अभी
Americas.
कोई
It's 100
बेस्ट
Thieves, it's
जर्सी
Sentinels.
उनका
They're
निकालेगा
doing
नहीं.
battle for your viewing pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most iconic
Masters चालू होएगा
matchups of all,
तभी-
just VCT.
मास्टर्स
And
चालू
also,
होएगा तब भाई
dare I say,
जाके
a double
मजबूत
rivalry,
जर्सी
because we get
लोग
the
निकालेंगे.
two
The
challengers.
race is no rivalry.
रिपब्लिक
but
डे
you
की
said
खुशी में
double,
एक गाना हो जाए.
Yeah, me when I lie and spread.
Republic Day ki kasi mein ek gana ho jai. Smiling face with heart's red heart.
Thank you for the party, Amon bhai.
You guys on Sen, who are also one of the best teams. So that's what I'm saying, Mitch. Double rivalry heading into this.
And honestly, it's sick because these two teams are not being IGL'd by veterans at the
कैसा लगा?
moment. Actually, they're being IGL'd by
कैसा
those
लगा?
players. We have, you know, Vora
भाई
on
ये
one
जॉन
side,
गाय कौन
Caillou on
है?
the
जॉन गाय
other.
कौन है भाई?
So
अरे
these
माँ,
two
ये
teams
कौन
are
है?
helmed by
ओए!
players that
अच्छा,
are kind
कायू
of
भाई है
renewing
ये.
that rivalry
भाई ये
from
कौन नया आ गया?
challenges. A battle of rookie callers.
Both shooters. Did you see that they were neck and neck in the skirmish
Sunday
together?
से
It was a 5-4. So
Oh,
both of them shooters for sure. Now we've got those vetoes coming through. Nothing entirely surprising. These are really
मेरा
common
नाम तो
maps
pronounce
just
करके
for
दिखा.
every team
कय-
right now.
कयान
Other teams go
यानी.
to Corrode where
कयान
they
यानी.
just
कयान
absolutely
यानी.
destroy
ओए,
G2.
मैं
And
इंग्लिश
on
मीडियम
account
से
of
हूँ,
Sen
ठीक है ना?
having Haven as their perma, They had to
मेरा
feel that that was an
pronunciation बहुत top
inevitable
है।
map coming through,
भाई।
one that Sen haven't played
मैनू
yet. So,
ये ना
in
करियो।
contrast to G2, they have the ability to try and counter.
Did you have to sleep and come? No, bro. I'm messing up with my body a lot. I swear to God, bro. But I'll get back to track for sure. I'll get back to track for sure.
I mean, as unclose as it could possibly get. But what will be interesting here is that we are going to be getting 100 Thieves starting on the attack side because it was their pick. We basically didn't see their attack side because they were up 11-1
All right,
against G2 in the first half on defense. So, don't really know what they're going to do. So,
Asuna on
I'm
Sage.
excited to see what they've cooked up here.
And I mean, I'm enjoying Asuna picking up all these extra roles, you know,
Asuna.
coming into this year. Right, we've seen some controller from him, obviously, on the Sage of this kind of map.
Yep,
He's been here for
initiator.
every season of VCT Americas. This guy is a veteran right now. Even though it might look baby-faced, the guy has been around more than once. So now even further expanding his role on this team. Much like Khelraay, we've got these two hyper-flex players on this team that also are incredibly dynamic, incredibly
What
mechanically
is this,
skilled players too.
What is this, bro?
The long-standing chemistry
Harsh
of him,
Edge
Cryo, and
Gandhi
Bang as the
Gandhi
core. Just
Harsh
the
HDLF.
fresh faces from challengers who are hungry, bringing energy, and then an entirely new coaching staff with two extremely experienced guys over from EU and Doom Bros and NBS. Let's see what 100 Thieves have in store for us on attack. I'm excited to see what they have. What they've been
अबे
doing
यार
in the
क्लच भाई की
lab.
आवाज मुझे क्यों नहीं आ रही?
Nothing too elegant being
क्लच भाई
cooked
कुछ बोलो?
off these barriers.
नहीं आ रही, रुको.
It's going to be a straight up walk up here for 100 Thieves.
आ भी आएगी.
Browner pretty quickly. Saturate catches on a Timo. Oh, buddy, this could be ugly. Back away.
100 Thieves ने G2 को हराया था ना ये मैप पे.
On this Teho. Very, very dangerous.
मैनू क्या पता? याद नहीं भाई ये सब.
They've already lost Asuna.
What a little combo is that. I'm excited to see what's on Teho, by the way. Caillou, just that one.
कौन अटैक कर रहा है, कौन डिफेंस कर रहा है, पहले ये बताओ. हमारा दिमाग थोड़ा स्लो
Now
है.
approaching here on the site, and Vora is a little uncomfortable pushing forward. There's a sense that someone is drifting about inside that bubble.
हमारा दिमाग थोड़ा स्लो चलता है.
Also have
रुको.
to be worried about the potential for someone, you know, walking down mid, maybe push all the way out B while this action was happening towards A main. And Sen, you're looking at the
हाँ यार
map.
ककाशी
They're
अभी
fine with
नींद
just
भी नहीं
playing this
भाई
3-stack
अभी
on A.
सिर्फ
If it's a
ग्राइंड.
noise cut re-hit, all right, we got the numbers. If it's them walking over to
ऑफिशियल
that 3B
स्ट्रीमर कहाँ है?
side, we have the
वो
numbers
VCT
for a
पैसिफिक
retake.
वाला है
So,
ब्रो.
all good. No real reason to split up.
वो जो ओवरले है ना वो
Units
VCT
together.
पैसिफिक का है.
There's always the option there to hit back into A-Link. That's actually being pinged though by 100
चलो,
Thieves now.
क्या हो रहा है
Going
देखते
towards the B side with Bang.
100 Thieves के दो ही जन बचे. 2v3 चल रहा है. ओके.
And he will.
Two fully divided. Maybe
Bang के सामने
can just get
3
one
जन आ रहे
across
हैं
and then peel away.
And they all crossed.
Completely biding his time for this flank. Oh, we'll get that free one, and now can play. Maybe try to set up a crossfire here with Vora by that
2v2.
mid link while IGL.
बोखला क्यों जा रहे हैं भाई ये लोग?
Cortez is up in tower though. That's something the 100 Thieves can only really watch with one player. Off the side for the time being, they are. Bang has a paranoia to work with. There's also a haunt for Vora. There's some util to sit on right now. Here comes the paranoia, catches onto two, but the snake bite means Bang can't advance any further. Vora though can get active here from main. He's been hurt by Cortezia inside the smokes that have taken down. Time that was short. Cortezia has the challenge,
निकाला भी.
but he can't get
Time
this
नहीं है.
defuse.
Oh, nice one,
And
bro.
100
But
Thieves
that was
managed
a
to
nice
take it
attempt by
away after going
Cortezia.
down in these early exchanges. 2v3.
कोई
Bang with a
कोटेजिया
really
है ना,
lovely
कोई तो
play there.
किसी
In
के
the 2
जैसा तो
versus
दिख रहा
3,
है
that's
जिसको
the
मैं जानता
moment
हूँ,
to go for something
लेकिन मुझे
aggro,
याद नहीं
catch
आ रहा.
out someone. So it can be an honest 2v2
मतलब
playing with Vora.
भाई
Play
ताऊ
that
जैसा
little
दिखता है
cross
भाई.
setup with him in main. Already doing some
ताऊजी,
damage to
ताऊजी,
his
पाया लगू.
former team of last year.
ऐसा ही लगता
Bang returning. You know,
मैंने
back
सुबह सही
home,
बताया था,
really.
तुम्हारा कैमरा
Spent
रेशियो
so
अलग
much
है.
time with 100 Thieves and
16:9 है bro.
Awesome, Cryo has to just feel so
16:9
comfortable
camera
to back
ratio है
those
मेरा.
guys immediately.
Yeah, they were concerned. Cortezia obviously had already halfway diffused the
क्या
spike.
क्या हाँ कल नहीं है कुछ भाई, कल
That was
नींद है.
coming from Bang. He wasn't watching the line. He simply waited and
अरे
wrapped
भाई!
around as he pushed
हाँ.
out.
26 जनवरी की
Towards the
शुभकामनाएं.
Sentinel
आपको भी अभी जस्ट बेलापुर जाके आया
Great
हूँ.
little adaptation. So heavy presence for Sentinels over on the A side.
भाई का
of the
बर्थडे
map.
ना मेरे,
Smoke there to try and keep him busy.
तो
Vora
जरा
is actually
मैं
gonna try and
ऊबर
run the cage.
बन के आया हूँ.
And he's decided he's done
अच्छा
enough.
लगा भाई, अच्छा लगा.
Just
हाँ
keep them
थोड़ा
a bit
घुमाया.
occupied over there as the rest of 100 Thieves maneuver towards this B side. And Vora as well, as that solo player. He's the one with just the ghost, so if there was some kind of trap play or they went at him, it really doesn't matter if he goes down ultimately.
Happy Republic Day.
Here's that Sage Wall of Core, which is you know, a unique
ये लोग कैफे में से क्यों खेल रहे हैं? क्योंकि League of Legends की matches चल रही है.
Little bit of action. Wouldn't be mad at getting some kills here, even if it's a 1-for-1. That's just 2 orbs heading into that next round, you know. I'm interested in seeing what 100 Thieves have in store for us as far as where Asuna will be putting these walls, because I think when we've seen Sage on this map in the past, a very common mistake was putting the walls way too shallow in the sites where you were denying your own team map control. I feel like we saw that a lot on A. One of the reasons that the Sage seemed good in theory, but in practice, it just wasn't really working out for the team.
भाई वोरा बूस्टियो का कोई तो भाई लगता है.
I think so. It feels like they managed to get this comp into a much better spot. I think even Timo was saying that he was kind of skeptical about it. You know, wasn't really
LOL is the greatest esports game ever. I mean, उसको views तो बहुत ज़्यादा आते भाई, viewership उसको. Right, buy round of Sentinels का, come on, Sentinels, pop off baby. ओए चैट पंखा घूम रहा है, बहुत अजीब लग रहा है ना. I'll turn it off.
Something that 100 Thieves have looked to unveil here in kickoff.
Early Odin on that defensive side for Caillou. And of course, a quick reminder that this map was updated, and the most overpowered Odin spam lines are gone. There's one in A main. All right, putting up close to break that.
Oh my god, भाई Cryo.
At least the trade comes in swiftly
क्या
from
insanely fast था भाई वो.
Well, that was lightning fast from Cryo before the saturate even bloomed.
And it's just been no interest here at 100 Thieves in trying to work this mid part of the map. Once again, sticking to these journeys, and Forrest hanging around. Chon over pushes for that bit of information.
Just an entirely raw peek there. Not even a jiggle, not a jump spot. Looked like just a slow walk out.
And Sen and none the wiser, they still don't really have an understanding of what the
Chad मेरी जो light है बड़ी वाली वो बंद हो गया.
in this round, and why wouldn't you start to swing back in that A direction now? 48 seconds still to play. Sen
45 seconds में इनको एक exec करना है भाई.
Over too much bread.
This 100 Thieves team would love to capture a bonus round, extend this early lead, get their economy in such a strong position. Still there's Odin to deal with. I mean, that box definitely provides some spam. This wall is still workable with that high bullet penetration. All of Sen, they've managed to get here, by the way. They've rotated quickly. And there's 18 seconds left, so
he's going to have to go for this at some point.
15 seconds.
Of course, a concern with this Odin down to 14. Slow orb deployed to give a little bit of space here on the side. Asuna has to make this play.
They can't do anything.
There will be enough time. Sentinels look to try and get active. Caillou has not moved from this spot.
Wow.
Now swings on out.
3v3.
There's going to be some room here on that now. Constantly dealing with Bora though. That's a muddling.
Easy round. Easy round, bro. Easy freaking round.
And it looks like an uncomfortable, barely established post plant there for
freaking round.
Giving up a lot of that space on site, maybe feeling like they didn't
ऐसा डार्क
have
करो तो
any real
चलेगा.
utility to contest because they didn't. And it seemed like their idea too there was, okay, maybe we can fall back, isolate Caillou, who we know is playing elbow, get that kill. Even if we go 1-for-1, we're going to have that man advantage still, and then we can spray, fight over the spike. But because they didn't kill Caillou, all that ended up happening was a total route, lacking all that space then, and no real options to get back in.
More dark then it won't look good, Chad, because everything...
Nothing to get through.
एक बारी दिखाई
onto that site with most of their util still intact. Couldn't carve out that alcove for themselves. Ping speed this time. First time 100 Thieves look to try and test this, and it's immediately required to be refracted by Timo. Those guided salvos would have punished him. There's still some wallbang potential on this map.
And all of a sudden, Timotino has nothing to work with on this execute. The guy who has been playing basically only Waylay.
Google पे notification दिया है bro मेरे को.
He has 100 more rounds of Waylay played than the next highest who's playing Waylay in kickoff.
क्या position लिया Redux ने?
Yeah, I want to say Jet once.
And definitely in the comparison to Narrate has played vastly
Night
more.
वाली vibe नहीं आ रही. अरे मैं इंडिया में नहीं रहता bro, अभी night नहीं है मेरी.
100 more. 100 more rounds in Narrate.
That is the next one. Gotcha.
See Caillou.
ये कितना boring लग रहा है. कितना boring लग रहा है. ये चाहिए तुम्हें उनको. उससे अच्छा तो light और dark अच्छा है. मैं वही रखता हूँ.
to get pretty deep up towards this mid side, but that's really just Caillou's given that space up.
They're trying to activate some kind of split onto A. Asuna maybe walling to make sure that they can't be flanked. Just dodge that nightfall if possible.
मेरे को ये अच्छा भाई मेरे को अच्छा लगा मैं ये
And they're going to try and push into this, and Kai just sprays Timotino down. As soon as he's read the wall, actually prevents 100 Thieves from swinging to trade the only play around. Now Cortazir is just locking the site down. Flawless round.
नहीं मैं नहीं ऑफ कर रहा, मैं नहीं, मेरे को ये अच्छा लग रहा है.
Try a couple different looks here.
अबे मैच नहीं देख रहे अपन, ये क्या करे जा रहे भाई, चुप
early in the
बैठो.
round, Timo feels like he's really hampered in his inability
मैं नहीं कर रहा
to
हूँ.
impact the round.
And it does end up making this entire late round feel quite monotonous without him having the ability to play with some pace while they're getting in.
Thank you so much Nishkesh for the 40. Harsh, आज गंदी हरकतें करते हैं please. What do you mean you freaking
broken
idiot?
immediately, but Asuna can't even swing because he's going to get bullet tagged through the wall, slowed down, he'd be fried. 100 Thieves still with a strong
Okay,
enough
क्या हुआ
economy.
ये पिछले राउंड में
Another
Sentinels ने
buy
बहुत
off
मारा
of
शायद.
not lacking, or lacking rather, some of the important weaponry. But that melee with a Bucky, that's, I mean, basically
acceptable.
Rifle. Yeah, might be better than a rifle sometimes.
Still a pretty heavy exchange of utility. Now Timo that wants to get in, make a good use of this dash. Sees kind of all he needs to there, is up in A halls. He ran headlong into Redux.
He does end up spotting out two there. Worth mentioning that Redux isn't on the Yoru right now. He's definitely a flexible player. I think that was something that really came into play with Hubert last year. But has, yeah, been primarily in this double duelist role on most of the SEN maps.
क्या बात है John Beauty?
Find the timing here as 300 Thieves players expose themselves.
Sandwich हो गए 100 bro. Timotino nice trade.
This time the Thieves were ready. That leaves them though only with Vora.
एक main देख रहा है, एक link देख रहा है.
And with this wall in main now up, Vora is feeling extremely isolated. Players on him for both angles. Denies that
wow,
first.
beautiful,
The second
beautiful.
going to be good, and Cortazir rarely misses those. Now Cryo steps up,
2v2.
they're coming one at a time at
Nice
least
shot
for
by
Sentinels.
Cryo.
Cryo,
30 seconds
deadly
left.
accuracy makes his way on into the B side. Harder to spam this
Cryo
side down
one hit
for
है.
Redux's position. That wall's been reinforced in that recent patch. And Asuna might have been aware there's a TP there. Haunt shot.
One enemy remaining.
What a
That is
shot!
ridiculous from Cryo. Redux drops down now. Spike covered by smoke though, so has to reveal himself not only with a sound cue of the drop, but also the tap. Should be two players coming in. He's dealt with
Cryo क्या round निकाला बे?
And Asuna knows. He has
इसका round
time.
खत्म भी हो गया क्लच भाई का.
Deck is stacked against Redux here. That smoke's going to clear. It's about to get messy.
क्लच भाई का round 50 साल पहले खत्म हो गया.
Real hero.
Bro, why is Redux not playing a duelist? Why is Redux not playing a duelist?
क्योंकि
Just
single
Cryo
duelist
actually
में
walking up on the site.
Yeah, it felt like that was going to be another failure of a B split. But then Vora just goes 1 for 1 in the link. That was nice. And from there, Cryo just steps up individually.
भाई इसमें भी यूरो वाले खेल सकते हैं.
All right, playing pretty far forward. Have the evolution now from
Bro,
Cryo.
वो क्या? Oh my God, he's cooked. Oh, he's so cooked. He's so confused. What a ult.
Yeah, that's the John QT Teho, hard to escape that one. Now, Cortazir happy to fall back. He has a massive player advantage. Viper's been now thrown up on B after the fact, gives him a way to flood back in.
This teleport up top from Bang is nice, but does he overstep? Yeah, he does. Caillou ready for that. What is the hope here for Asuna and Timotino? I mean, somehow maybe they get 1 kill, 2 kills, and then Timotino sends his ult. It would have to be something like that.
Thank you so much, not so Kalma bhai, for the no-share rupai. Thank you so much, thank you so much, mere bhai.
That should be good for one, potentially from a position like this. But paranoia is going to be avoided. The
Thank you so much for the huge 900
comes narrate
rupees.
straight in. John going to make use of the crosshair break to find an easy kill.
Bhai saab,
Back on the wrong side.
W's in the chat for not so Kalma bhai, for the huge 900 rupees.
Economic situation for 100 Thieves now. They're burnt
WWF हो जाए chat में यार guys. मेरे भाई thank you so much.
Attempt there from 100 Thieves, but it's really just
मैच में ध्यान ही नहीं है भाई, ये लाइट चालू करो बंद करो यही चल रहा है.
Absolutely obliterate these two guys faking. I mean, evolution, not a bad ult, but it doesn't matter when you just get shot in the head. Yeah, it's good at nullifying everything but getting shot.
Good job, boys.
And John with his first significant piece of Teho, util there, ultimate in the game. I mentioned it super brief earlier when we saw John initially pick that Teho when the game started,
भाई
but
क्रायो का बाल
his play on Pearl last match against EG, I thought
और
was
माँ ये कौन बिजनेसमैन आ गया है जेठालाल गड़ा
top-tier Tejo. Every piece of util he was throwing out looked calculated, intelligent. I mean, he was
Large bhai,
always
तुमने
getting
lemon tea
players
पिया
forced out
आंटी
of
के इधर का?
positions that they were in.
आंटी के
His
उधर का?
ults were perfectly timed on top of
नहीं
that.
भाई, मैं तुम्हारे
Even
साथ
when
ही
we were
आया,
watching him
तुमने
use
पिलाया
the
मुझे।
stun, it was
अच्छा है
always
क्या?
at the
हाँ,
right
अगली बार
time.
पिला
I
दो।
mean, that was genuinely a
अभी आंटी के पास
masterclass
जाके आए हम
that he
लोग।
put on
कोट कहाँ है? कोट हमने एक्चुअली वर्ल्ड टूर के लिए गया है, कल आ जाएगा।
क्रेविंग होता है उसका।
So to just continue leaning into that, I think is
Okay,
a
ईशान,
way for this
टाइम
Sentinels
आउट ले
team.
लिए बे ऑलरेडी। कौन
Just
टाइम
to
आउट
touch
लिया
back
ये?
on this
कौन
composition
टाइम आउट
for
लिया
100
क्लच भाई?
Thieves, we did not get to see much of it on the attack side. It is obviously
100
a comp that
Thieves.
features a double sentinel, so
पर
sometimes fighting
गपी
for that,
ऑप्शन किया तो अभी
control the
गपी
map
ऑप्शन
can be
क्या है
more
भाई?
challenging.
देखो
Sometimes you are
नोरेट
just
5-6 राउंड
walking
में
up.
0 किल पे।
There's that
सेन
defense
को
side
demon
where
wood को
they're
sign
finding the
करना
most
चाहिए।
success.
Yes,
So 100
yes,
Thieves
yes.
simply want to
Definitely
try to amass
yes.
as much of a total
I
as they
love
can
Demon
here.
1, bro.
But a few of these rounds, the ones that they've won, Wyatt, I mean, the only gun round that they really
Eco
won
round
was
on
when
100
they
Thieves.
bailed themselves out with sick individual moments. Outside of that, it was just a pistol and anti-eco.
The timeout called, so on the next buy round, 100 Thieves have some kind of set strat to use with the ultimates they're going to have available. But let's see if here on this eco with at the very least they can get something started. I'll tell you, they've
गूगल पे के लिए
loved
एक्सक्लेमेशन
working mid so
जी पे
far.
लिखो चैट में।
Really trying to put emphasis on these B splits early.
Bring them down.
Mixed results, most losses, frankly, outside of that one round.
It's just costly to get mid-window for
Okay,
this attack
against
side.
the Odin.
ओ भाई साहब,
Kai, though, obviously is showing some traces here, so
भाई
he's
एक ही तरफ
exposed
जा रहा है।
himself to a actually pretty reasonable amount of damage here. Outside of that, though, 100 Thieves haven't really advanced their game plan a whole lot outside of tentatively working their way into A-Link, but Sen have been able to get a ton of info A-Main. Look at how they pushed out here.
John is ready to just take a quick jiggle shot, probably
Shot.
send up a stun on the retreat so he can't get chased. Yeah, there it is, and now able to repost up. Oh, Dink comes through. He's in some serious danger. But
ये
look
बार
at the
champions
crossfire
कहाँ पे होने वाला है?
that's
I just spoke to the way.
Yeah,
Shanghai.
they're probably still going to flank through.
Yeah, that's
Let's
supposed to
go,
be They're still
China!
going to be milling around in the open. Narrate sees all that he needs to, refracts back.
ओ भाई वो लोग को साइड मिल गया है बे।
Shoes and all of 100 Thieves are committed to the side. Sage Wall is not really going to cut it. Cleared a little bit too easily, but Tim
Bro,
punishes
bro, bro,
Redux
bro.
good out of the open trying to clear it.
Cryo as well, just tap
Oh
someone
shit,
down
what
in
ult?
spawn.
Oh my god, chat.
Conversion
Bro,
pass is perfect. They're running them over with
What is
straight
this?
skill.
This thrifty round is gone.
What the hell is this
bizarre
round?
Direction. 100 Thieves looked like they were in trouble. They lose a player to John early. They just
क्या round निकाले भाई?
and play off the Sage Wall.
bro, freaking WWF round.
On Cortez now. Arsenal has himself a Phantom. This is far from done.
भाई जंप करके मारा बैंग ने।
Chico for 100 Thieves. Nice little thrifty here in round
Dude,
7.
बैंग
नहीं
just
मारा,
खच्ची
सुनो
खच्ची।
Stuff, whatever they were cooking
Oh,
up
okay,
in the
okay.
timeout for the next buy round, not even going to be super, well, it doesn't feel as relevant winning that, but I'm sure they're probably just going to run that strat anyway, unless the convergent pass was really important for it.
क्या मारे भाई हेडशॉट।
Amazing
भाई वो
timing on
ओडिन
that.
के
As soon as
साथ है ना
Ego
स्विंग
gets
करना
that
बहुत टफ हो
3-1,
जाता है। इतना
Cryo
मोटा
gets the
गन है, ऐसा
second
लेके
3-1
आना पड़ता है भाई और
just
फिर
six
स्विंग
taps,
करो।
but
The convergent pass there. Nice
भाई वो
little touch, I
टीमोटिनो का
think,
अल्ट
to
बहुत बड़ा था
secure
भाई।
that, Team that absolutely locks it up.
हाँ हाँ बहुत
Timo,
क्रेजी हट
a
गया।
pretty
ब्रो इको राउंड
top-tier
निकाल लिए चैट ये लोग।
challengers last year.
But it struggle
Doesn't feel
कर
like a
रहा है
shock that one of the teams in VCT is taking a chance on this guy. He's got so much potential left to be unlocked as well. Now that he's playing in a higher tier team, I think they can really expand his skill set. You know, those raw mechanics were never in doubt when he was playing with TSM. But now, the opportunity to become a more well-rounded player here with such experienced guys around him.
much more mid-emphasis.
Spike एक ही तरफ जा रहा है।
After 100 Thieves were able to get
Redux देख रहा है उधर ऊपर चढ़ के।
essentially for free after getting past John. That smoke in yard, I think, was crucial to allow them to cross there.
Redux has played this angle on the box.
What the hell is that, Recon?
When he just instant killed Cryo in that evolution. Round 4, round 5, something like that.
अच्छा क्लोज चेक किया ना वो रिकॉन ने, बट रिकॉन रखना चाहिए था भाई इधर के लिए। वो देगा ना पीक। ओके नाइस।
Okay, no exchange though, but Redux is just going to TP back, so space given now. There is still the backstab potential for
कोई अल्ट है नरेट का। नरेट के सामने 50 जन अल्ट हो सकते हैं।
Path could be pretty timely here, but look at how 100 Thieves are spread on yard. Only a couple of them are really risky getting
Omen,
caught in that.
will he cancel that?
Here's a TP
Oh,
for
he's
Redux
not
now,
cancelling
getting
it.
into a retake position.
बहुत बढ़िया ult, बहुत बढ़िया ult. Oh my god, 3 जन ult हुए हैं. But no one is pushing.
The in the way though, Khelraay can't get through, he can't capitalize off that ultimate at all. Bang just heaping around. Here comes Sen though, working the way in from the archers. And Cryo's the first to go down. 100 Thieves have got the weapons to make this fight work, but Bang can just tap sideways here, bring 2 down. John's found 2 himself, but this is as even as it gets. Timo though is in a dirty spot. Finds only the one.
भाई ये ऑब्जर्वर जिसको दिखाया वो फाइट खत्म हो गई. अरे क्या दिखाना चाह रहा था भाई?
क्या मारा बे?
वही तो क्या मारा दिखाई नहीं.
Has to do the Zelsis role from last year.
This guy has just been a super demon so far in kickoff. Completely unlocked. The Sentinels off-season theory was, John, you don't need to IGL anymore. We're bringing in Caillou to manage that. Just focus on yourself. Focus on your aim, your own play. And it straight up has been working. I think sometimes in the past you forget how much of a shooter that this guy can be when he was dialed in on having to take the reins as the IGL. Focus on that aspect of the game primarily.
Zone क्योंकि इतना aimer था मेरे को नहीं पता था शायद.
He's in his best form individually, I think, we've ever seen from him. Okay, in goes Timo, able to safely get onto the side, but he has a fight with the player at elbow. Forces him out. Contazia though doesn't fare too well there. He's dropped to 10.
Feels like 100 Thieves maybe wanting to change the pace there for the first time. They're actually just walking straight back in as Cryo's on this A-side lurk.
Yeah, double
10 HP हो गया बे Contazia.
You do have to run this pure contact, man. Look at their composition.
Cryo looks like he's just going to catch a free kill on Redux on this rotate.
Not looking, that's for sure. And he is
Land
all
मिल गया
about that
इधर.
side. Now that throws things into question. It gets Narrate looking back onto that A side, peeled off of B, even though the spike's down.
Cryo can just delay so heavily, be such a nuisance here.
Oh my god, bro.
No, that had to
what in the freaking world? That's unlucky.
Sealed up at that. You can see Sen, that's
unlucky,
trying
bro.
to get back out of that back B side.
Nah, that's unlucky, bro.
Sen lose all map control with that exchange.
A devastating lurk from Cryo. Yeah, it's not just only does he get 2 kills, but as I was saying, these Sen players who are considering retaking, they just can't.
Narrate is Harsh bhai big fan.
Cryo's going to be flanking at some point. He's too much of a nuisance.
Narrate has been active, right? We saw him push right up into A link that previous round. He's been looking for openings, but nothing has really come into his hands. Still looking for that first kill of the game. That one, he feels like he has to drop on Cryo. It's just the reaction from his opponent that's a little too crisp.
हवे से ही मिसाइल आता है ना तो टूटेगा.
That is really going to be tilting you, especially when
नहीं टूटता तो फिर
the rest of
है.
the team are putting in some real heavy lifting to compensate.
This first one, the timing through elbow is nice, and then just flick shot. That's at 8 HP. Oh, that's tough.
Narrate just not a duelist, guys.
Damn, that's tough.
Well,
that is tough.
If that is true, that doesn't bode well for Sentinels, especially on this map when he's no one on a duelist.
नहीं भाई, Narrate तो player है यार, मतलब.
It's not been his game so far.
Not a duelist बोलता है भाई.
Streakiness we've observed in the past from Narrate is definitely on display.
Arsenal ready to just boost Timotino over this smoke.
ए भाई, ऐसा क्यों बोल दिया यार? वो BT में रहेगा already यार.
उसको
they will use the practical walls at times, but mix in a weird throw the sage wall up to get some kind of crazy angle. And that is definitely something Sen need to be prepared.
अच्छा, Bang X team के against हार रहा है तो वो हो रहा है भाई.
Awesome game against G2.
चल रही उसकी.
Timo expecting some presence. This is kind of where the defense side waylay
Mid
has been
फाके
posted
किए,
up
A के
every other
तरफ
round or
pressure
so.
दिए और B जा रहे हैं अभी.
Doesn't actually get anything.
Simple खेल रहे.
Really passive this round. Look at the angle John's covering mid window. He's just there for the cross. He's not peeking out. Very quiet positioning on A as well. Reserved from Sen.
The drone down mid getting some valuable info. Sen have to know that they stack up at one extremity to hit, and yeah, it's into Timotino. That's
slow.
a great stun,
not.
but Redux on the cross.
Well, kind of, but what is that? They're on the other side of this Viper wall for the most part. 100 Thieves not able to help Timotino out.
A random hindered
Game
tap kill from the wall is nasty.
Oh, Bang. हाँ, हगा से. तू खेल लेना controller. What a nice double peek.
That only really has a paranoia, so he's just going to walk up and make your own, like sometimes Vora in the 1v2. Seized in place for now. And he'll wait for Narrate to drop down. First
crazy,
kill
bro.
for the Sentinels duelist.
ओए पहला kill आ
Ton
गया.
of Thieves try and play fast
पहला
and
kill
fall
आया,
flat.
पहला kill.
Seal up that round. Cortezia off his feet. Super high energy
भाई
outside
अगर
of the
वो
server,
थोड़ा
just
सा
keeping
अच्छा space
everybody
मिलता हुआ
hyped
रखो ना
up.
तो round निकालता
That's
हुआ.
definitely part of his job. Redux solid on this anchor. This is
SEN का jersey
ridiculous.
कितना
He
वो
just
लग रहा है
tapped
बे.
through, and also it was onto Asuna, the guy with the res.
Nice! Come on! You guys are not coming B, guys. You're not
Purposeful, by the way, that they have Cortezia sitting next to Narrate, because in the past, Narrate has been an emotional player, so you want your hype guy right there to keep him in the zone.
That was beautiful by Redux. Great timing out of Halls to basically save Cortezia's life there. And now, to the 11th. Odin, of course, still
वापस B जा रहे भाई. वो बोला you are not coming B तो ये लोग B जा
This
रहे.
game so
वो
far,
देख रहे हो? बड़ा
barely
करे.
any ecos. Economy has been really stable for both guys. We're seeing, or both teams rather. We're seeing a lot of gun rounds.
Because Hunter Thieves win that sort of sheriff like eco a few rounds back.
And now it is time to run it back on B. Cortezia said they're locking this down when we heard the comm, so let's see if they can do it again.
There's the C's. Just to really deny a player playing in the site. Timo's able to get into the site itself yet again, and Khelraay's pushed up.
Does he want to take it further with his evolution pause?
Bro, 4-man peek कर रहे हैं लोग. Heaven से भी आ रहा है peek करने. That's such a nice control on CT, bro.
This B-side control. It's going to be hard for Sen to clear it, but starts with one. Cortezia is able to bring Cryo down. This Armageddon ball is going to be seized inside of it. Nowhere to
What
go.
a nice seize.
Cryo
Nice
going to be raised
reveal.
back up, and Arsenal has to defend this position.
I mean, raise.
Cryo just sent packing yet again straight back to the pearly gates as Timo on the side. He's fighting for his life. Narrate's been picked up. Still held to just one kill in this half so far. And here comes Caillou. It's on Arsenal, that 1v2. Pinged out by the stealth drone. Got a good line on this site, in fairness. But has to play his life.
Time getting so low, though. Someone from Sen has to stick this. It's not even at half.
I think it might have been a miscommunication here. Why a little bit of crossed wires, perhaps.
Bro, निकाल लिया था सुना ने.
Another 3 kills for him in the round.
I'm lows,
Nice
bro. I'm
little
lows.
recovery.
I
15 and 6 at the moment. Again,
हर्ष भाई मैं अभी आपके जैसा स्ट्रीमर बनूंगा जब आप VCT जाओगे. Never.
And I mean, even if it
Sure.
didn't, that Armageddon was in the perfect spot with 100 Thieves being pushed up, trying to fight for this space after the dark
भाई
cover goes
ult
down.
क्या किए वो?
Looked like Austin and Timoteo
वो
might have
CT पे क्या
actually sealed it
ult
up in the
किए
2v3.
भाई Sentinels.
Neri kind of got baited into swing upward to
C's
catch
और
Austin
ult
on the
combo.
retreat, but Timoteo ready on that angle, and John is just a little bit too good right now.
They walked into that Armageddon. Hunter Thieves wanted to play forward off the site, in halls, in tower, but Vora gets seized up inside the
आज भी Demon 1 खेलेगा भाई.
And his teammate dies earlier on, over pushing into Cortezia solo.
अभी चुपचाप ही आ रहे देखो. दो बार B ट्राई करने के बाद. और Sen बहुत easily read कर रही है वो.
On B splits, then late now they've been trying to go into let's just
Atlian Beard करेंगे अपन भाई जल्द कल या परसों.
Play off of Timo. Hasn't worked on that B side. Back to A they go on the split. Redux loves playing this angle, but caught by Bang.
Yeah. Go attack side, smoke to yard. They don't want to split that angle off actually. Now they decide they're on again.
Bro, because by John Cutie भाई क्या player है.
Control. He will be a threat here to 100 Thieves if they linger. And there it is, John for 3. Yet again, Timo caught inside that salvo.
John Cutie क्या खेल रहा है भाई?
Quickly has to bandage himself back up.
अच्छा वो फेड के अल्ट में और मॉली के वजह से मरा है वो सिंगल मॉली में.
Tucked in the side. Knows there's a couple of angles to deal with and he ends up training on the wrong one. But still, he's put Caillou and Cortezia in a position to salvage in this spike.
100 Thieves Asuna. Alone.
Still in the back pocket of Asuna, who realizes he's overstayed his welcome.
Might just be timing.
Love you, Mythic White. Take rest.
In the last round, can he clutch up for 100 Thieves to tie up the game?
Love you too, yaar, Mythic White. Chumi.
Already one player from Sen on the move. Cortezia back to that B site. Getting up top. Might just be the right position.
What? What was that, Asuna? In time, he's going to get the spike down.
Okay, at least वो निकालेगा तो नहीं. But भाई क्या shot मारा वो?
Up in here with the big iron, the Odin in hand, and Asuna's got a very good idea of where he's going to be coming from. To even the half 100 Thieves can't quite get over the line.
How the hell did he do that?
He gets in there, but even Asuna can't believe he got so far.
What was that shot?
Far कर दी इस भाई chat.
Little shell shocked off that one.
There wasn't even a rope involved. There was no zip line there.
Just a crazy reaction time. Now look at this.
Crazy na bhai, Timotino kya year bhai. Oh boys.
A combo sync there. Yeah, it was also the Nightfall just bringing the HP down, and then the salvos. John again though.
उसमें भी aim तो रखा था भाई ने. Time out आ गया 100 Thieves का.
बस एक बार Cryo और Timotino जाग जाए.
See this 100 Thieves composition go on defense. That of
इनका
course
duelist वैसे भी हग रहा है भाई.
This first map has already been spicy.
Spicy. Half हुआ है क्या?
हाँ half हुआ.
अच्छा half हुआ. मेरे को लगा time out लिए.
Here's the bill from the dealer.
7-5.
Photoshop channel edit. क्या? अभी नहीं देखेंगे. चेम्बर एडिट. ओके. हाफ टाइम को टाइम आउट बोल रहे हैं. अरे ध्यान नहीं है भाई इतना. हर्ष भाई मेरा 17 फेब से 10वीं का बोर्ड से कुछ बोलो यार. मेरे हिसाब से अब बहुत पढ़ाई कर रहे होगे 2400 घंटे. तो आपको कुछ बोलने की दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. बस पढ़ाई करो जम के और यड भगा दोगी फिर. एंजॉय ऋषभ भाई. ओए हर्ष मैं तेरा हेटर हूँ. लव यू. साइलेंट व्यू बाय द वे. ए थैंक यू ब्रदर. हर्ष भाई आज मत सो जाना ऑन स्ट्रीम. नहीं ऑन स्ट्रीम नहीं, डायरेक्ट स्ट्रीम बंद के सो जाएंगे. आज जल्दी ही सोएंगे अपन. आई होप ये मैप थर्ड मैप तक नहीं जाए. मैं पूरी वॉच पार्टी तो नहीं कर पाऊंगा क्योंकि मैं सोया नहीं हूँ मजबूत. तो कल मेरे को मजबूत सोना पड़ेगा टू गेट बैक ऑन ट्रैक. बट एनीवेज वी आर अंडरवेयर. मेरे 28 से सेम 5 एग्जाम है. कुछ बोलो. पढ़ाई कर लो यार. कुछ बोलो क्या होता है हगासो. अगर तुम्हारी एग्जाम है तो पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए. कि मैं कुछ बोलूँगा तुम्हारे अंदर क्या डाउनलोड हो जाएगी पढ़ाई.
By rushing into plans that were sort of half concocted. They'd have ideas and they activated on them too quickly. That was an area they were trying to work on to slow things down in the mid round, come up with a clear plan, reset, and then activate. And the few rounds they were able to do that after the timeout, they found success, but it wasn't always there for 100 Thieves. I think that's going to be a big focus point for them moving into this defense half if they want to come back. We're going to jump into that second half. Uber, take it away.
Uber.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew. I mean, it's kind of makes sense really considering that we didn't see a lot of this under match conditions 100 Thieves comp get to play those attack side rounds. The fact that they're able to call those cancels and sort of make something happen in the second half of those winning rounds is a good sign.
Fast here from Sentinels. In, but
मरा किसे नहीं बे वो.
Not going to go down to the Ghost when he has that light armor. Gets straight out.
Okay, John.
Wow.
That combo.
काम 25 भाई. काम. How?
Redux has been able to recover. It's down to Cryo and
Redux दो मारा बनता है.
Who's still in Scots on his A side. And Cryo's looking for a way in, but is aware.
How do they have man advantage?
The crosshairs are trained in his direction.
हगाए कोई तो मजबूत.
This is dangerous. I mean, that might even get spammed now. Yeah, just bear in mind, Narrate is still
one shot.
So weak.
Easy enough. Oh, 20 health in a dream.
Bro, what the hell, Bang
gets
Bang?
off on the right foot in this second half. And that Cryo's going to go in. Plant secured. Had to give away his position.
Just try and wrap around elbow.
Narrate, yep, jump peeking here, playing his life perfectly. He knows he can go down. Any damage he gets done here is just fine. Double swing. Surely about to come Cryo's way, but he's dealt with half of that equation already. Still at 74, and there's Narrate yet again.
Narrate 1 HP पे 2 मारा है बे. Danger यार
That's
Narrate
gotta
भाई.
feel good for him to get this second half started
Timotino होगा
on the right foot, hitting some shots in a situation where he's feeling like, I'm probably going to die. I have no HP. But everything connecting.
God, well, nice recovery for Redux.
push वालों को दोनों को मारा.
I think I'm following up on this
हाँ
defensive.
वही क्योंकि भाई वो लोग दो जन ब्लाइंड थे उधर.
Into the paranoia.
अरे कोई तो बहुत ही लिंक से बहुत ही मजबूत.
टिमोटिनो आगा शायद. नहीं लिंक नहीं क्लोज भाई साइड से जो बंदा आया मारने के लिए वो हगा.
Doing that pistol against the double senti
वो तो
comp
फ्लैश हुआ.
when they're on attack.
Yeah, again, just to set the stage here, if you weren't able to catch the 100 Thieves G2 game earlier in kickoff, 100 Thieves went up 11-1 on this half. It was playing defense where they just were an absolute brick wall.
Big 100 Thieves presence top mid. Look at how they've really contracted in towards the middle of the map. Looking to play off these prowlers here. Cryo steps up. Oh, these are classics.
You know, oh,
and it's John again.
What?
I mean, it's just John again.
Bro with the hand on the helm steers the ship through murky waters. They're not out of the woods yet.
That
Spike is still on the
John.
wrong side of the smoke.
Wow, look at him, bro. He's so clean.
A rifle at least now for Vora.
Why
Oh,
not?
too good.
Why not?
Can't do him like that. A
Gol ho
dirty
gaya,
ace
bhai,
of John
gol ho gaya ye.
QT. Salvages a round that
30
could have been
30.
absolutely diabolical.
At 23
How
for 8.
कैसे trade निकाला
God
तीनों
knows
का यार
how many util kills.
सब low थे क्या?
Awareness is so
low
high
थे, ये
with
देखो smoke through
the
तीनों
missiles
मारा.
every time. His util is always where it needs to
Sorry?
be. That's ridiculous. Everyone, I think, was super weak at that point. But I mean, it's kind of better to be lucky than good, maybe with the spray. But he's also really good right now. So he's just got it
अभी
all
Sentinels
going.
को
Actual
अभी 100
flow
Thieves को एक ही
state.
player को मारना है वो round जीतेंगे.
Oh my God.
John is unleashed. And 100 Thieves don't get a chance to ease into this second half to build a bit of a
Oh.
buffer back. No.
Timotino.
They'll go to the gun round, 4 rounds behind. There's Timo though.
कोई बात
Still,
नहीं.
but Nara had to get out of there. Sitting on the outside of this B side.
ये observer एक तो बात पे
Now
player
the
switch करते
reality
रहता
will
है.
set in. The Sentinels have to contend with this frustrating double Sentinel comp, and that B side looks nigh impossible to penetrate.
An opportunity for some stabilization from 100 Thieves here. I mean, that John play, obviously ridiculous, but Sen did lose several guns. So they're forced onto a pretty bad buy here. Clean round for 100 Thieves. Put that in a
उन लोग ने
confident
डबल
spot.
पीक कर दिया और ये कायू भाई ने अकेले ने पीक किया है.
Maybe get a future op online. Feels like Cryo did mostly rifling on defense playing this Vito. You know, the op definitely synonymous with him as a player.
Sen have gotten into elbow at least. They're definitely looking a little bit haggard. Bucky,
Haggard.
Phantom.
They're looking like haggard,
Against a
chat.
wall of 100 Thieves players now. Arsena is the one on the line.
Short को दिया.
That's how this game's going to go, I guess. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, listen, you're never
nah,
safe
ये round
when
नहीं जीत सकती
Cortez here
Sen.
can kill you with one shot to the head.
Got a salvo to the side. Narrate
अरे
tries to pick
रे.
the spot. Bora might have been looking away there, but there's a correction regardless. Cortez at 1. Still wouldn't count the guy out, but he came back up to a still paltry amount of health. There's no chance for a plant here. And getting
कब
out
सोने
this
का plan है
weapon is
पता
all but
नहीं.
impossible.
Even there, I like that salvo. It just pushed Vora closer.
9-6
where there
is
was
the
then
score line.
potential for a Bucky one-shot. And if it was a one-shot, could have changed the complexion of that round. Was able to shut down Narrate. And ultimately, what was that? 1 gun loss for 100 Thieves? Yeah, so
सीराइन का मैच
that is
इसके बाद है
about
ना
as
हाँ.
stable as they could ask for.
There's it, Narrate still chopping at the bit, still trying.
Let's go, Pete.
I think at the start of the round, he's refracting really early. Something sort of goes haywire in mid, I think, that forces the Sentinel duelist out.
Now keep your eyes on John. There's already an Armageddon.
Special delivery. Cryo has to cross-cut away.
I'm missing 10s? No, bro. I'm not missing 10s.
Straight out of there. This B site was tough to crack when we saw 100 Thieves there in the past. Feels like Cryo plays there primarily. Austin's usually
Bro,
close.
nah, Bang.
Bang, just open fight. And Redux bests his controller opposition.
Takes less damage than I expected.
Sen को double digit मिल जाएगा भाई ये round जीत के, and they are choosing the right side.
In A main.
Retake के लिए कोई ult नहीं है 100 Thieves पे.
They might need to make use of this mid here.
Yeah, Sen are ready to ignore that B side where they know the Vito is set up.
Wow. Wow. Good trade, good trade. Oh भाई Q को क्या low किया है.
Chance of evening the odds. So Sentinels in a 4v3 now.
Oh, slow. Oh my.
To step up. The slow orb is big. Oh, they're all over the ground. Guts, gizzards, and all the rest. Sentinels
लोगों का क्या
poised
strat
to
है
hit
ये
this A
chat?
side hard.
क्या
Unraveled
strat
by
है
one
भाई?
slow orb. Timo running him down.
Excellent.
Raj भाई क्या strat है?
क्या round भाई?
Easy to place that saturate
Bro,
when not a
this is
soul
beautiful,
on Sen
bhai.
could move. Asuna just getting that slow orb off at the
वो
perfect
वोरा वहाँ पे
time.
narrate को मारता है पेपर वो देखो वो reveal हुआ
Good
flash
mental
हुआ.
combo to get into the side, go 1 for 1. Look at the way that Timotino peeks that as well. It's this little micro decision here. He's not going far enough to get into those crosshairs, right? He's just jiggling that slowly, perfectly.
Definition of slicing the pie.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Vivek, hello
Center
day.
now
Shout out to
on
you.
The eco round, save for John, who's got a Guardian.
Okay, Slow Orb here's going to deny any deep moves for Sentinels up mid. Also, this Prowler will confirm that behind this, 100 Thieves are getting forward. At least for now. Timo opts to stay here. Now, that's a spot John loves to hit with the salvo.
Why नहीं है SEN का?
Timo will have a light speed to reposition in a pinch. Okay, damage on Narrate. Looks like he'll have to be satisfied with that. And he gets away.
It doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Asuna was a little bit too far to be able to support top mid, so he is just.
कल NV का road खेली ना second map.
Feels like he's
third
at this point anyway with that damage done.
Yeah.
Feels like
frustrating for him.
Might as well be a kill.
He's still trying to generate something, even for himself. Just get some wind in his
तो एक ही
sails.
चीज याद है भाई NV अभी खेल.
Maybe this isn't quite the round for it, but it's definitely going to get in your head that you're now basically a spectator.
Oh, nice shot, Timotino. भाई क्या खेल रहा है ये?
Repick. That's Caillou out of there. That's any fade util out of
Eco round
there.
है वैसे तो इनका.
Looking at the 100 Thieves economy.
Mixie, shout out to you.
This is slow. Sen are going to be facing down that full buy with all of the dense utility to have to wade through in the future rounds. None of them are going to be easy.
Look at this stall utility. Narrate very low. Yeah, there's a TP forward. Nathan disruption thrown down by Vito on the side. Cryo's ability was read
Sage blind था वे लेकिन.
Salvo a little off the mark.
अरे रे ये आ गया. अरे माँ कसम रे. Timotino तो मजबूत खेल रहा भाई. comeback चालू हो गया इनका.
What can they do? They're stopped by the slow. Then the convergent paths and the saturate on them. I mean,
him with the vacuum bag sous vide steak, you know.
They are so cooked.
Timeout ले लिए.
And again, I mean, the round starts with that pretty heavy expenditure of util from 100 Thieves to get up mid, to get Timotino forward, get some damage down onto Narrate, sticks around, finds a kill as he falls off. That's Caillou that went down. So that again, obviously, is your fade util that's off the table. Then it's a labored, slow push up mid and finally
आज मुझे जल्दी नींद आ रही है चैट. मेरे को एक black coffee मार लेते हैं हम लोग.
Now weapons are back once more for Sentinels, but they are living the reality of this.
क्योंकि गेम मजबूत चल रहा है यार. लेकिन नींद आ रही है.
Yeah, and hey, maybe that feels, you know, like a big commitment for Timotino to get the conversion pass off there. That was anti-eco. They were all grouped up in Link anyway. Surely they're just going to get cooked getting onto the site. But that gives 100 Thieves a super clean round. And look at their money right now. 4K is basically the minimum with Timo and Asuna at 6.5 and 6 respectively. So they can afford to lose a round out of this timeout that could expend all of the ults that Sen are playing with. You have to imagine Narrate's going to fight for an orb, get a conversion pass here.
Coffee
John is still sitting on that Armageddon. I think Caillou's one away as well. Yeah, so it's like 100 Thieves. They can easily afford, you know, if Sen get to 10, look, obviously they want to win, but it's not the worst result if they get all of the ultimates out, get some kills on Sen while their economy is low. Buy up forever and have their ults in a future round. They're still in a great position there on their far more dominant half.
Viper को smoke तोड़ दिया.
The game plan of John winning them single-handedly 4 to 5 rounds, that's not sustainable. Not for the rest of this map, not in general. So eyes on Narrate here, who will need to be that entry. There is a chokehold in the main. Narrate gonna try and step ahead of it now. Gets past it. He's found himself a little bit of a pocket to play in now. Cryo looks for a bit of spray. Stealth drone back behind.
Wow, Cryo.
He is sharp as they come. Pala going to force him back to a degree, but he'll always look for another peek. He's just going to be concerned about Narrate, but Asuna has kind of made that much simpler now.
That's just part of the site denied. Really just one spot for Sen to plant if they want to get in here. They will not be able to take any backside space. And
yeah,
I like
nice. वो लोग link के तरफ से ही गए.
A bit too.
Oh, good eye.
Again, this is a little bit uncomfortable. Cryo, of course, can take it through
evolution. Try करो, मरेगा.
By those abilities in that ultimate state. Pretty handy in spots like this.
Oh, भाई spam में ही मर रही भाई Sen.
No spike plant yet. 33 seconds. It's presence and elbow here for Cortezia. He might have to be quick about this, though. And I don't have time. He's really on their side. Cryo with the shorty. Narrate dealt with now. Timo finally to the rescue.
No.
John is out of the picture. And Cortezia in elbow has his position given away. Spike more than arm's length away. And multiple killers standing in between him and that objective.
Weakened as well by Timotino. They're just ready to deal with him. All 3 crosshairs. Steady on elbow. That denial utility again towards the site from Asuna so
Cryo
effective.
क्या hold किया है वहाँ
Just
पे?
he's so
Yeah, as
scary.
well. I mean, Cryo's just chilling. He just gets to play an aim trainer on the site.
Insane भाई.
That is nice from Timo.
Cryo actually player है भाई consistent.
I'm a creative wall kind of player, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, hey, it worked out though. Sen could not get any space fighting towards sight. 100 Thieves could kind of focus their attention on elbow. It all worked out.
I don't hate it. Yeah, he doesn't want the wall to get cleared straight away, so it also means they've only got to watch out one angle there. But anyway, I digress. Here's Timo in B main. Prowler ignored. And he gets out. Convergent pass now going to be effective. He's stuck in the corner.
Oh my
just able to light speed away.
How
that guy
is
himself was
he
scary. He's
off?
going to get the heal from Arsena at least.
Yeah, he's all good. And this...
Hello?
Exec is just fully denied. No way he pushes out of that.
Bro,
No,
pagal hi
no,
ke
nothing.
ye
By the
Timo?
way, this entire time, Cryo was just slowly walking out of a light catch. Cortesian, no, he is sharp there, yeah. And now to Sen try to accelerate towards A. It's going to be tough. This is a big map. Like, you can't cover all that ground that quickly. So.
But all that Vito util's turned off now. You can walk up through that choke quite happily.
Now, that was one ult removed from Sen, basically exchanged for one slow orb from Arsena, but they still have the Nightfall in the arsenal. Could maybe even try to cook up something cheeky where they connect that
Nightfall
on the
in their
defenders, and then Redux
arsenal.
goes for the, ultimate in, and they can't hear where he's at. If they want to get real creative and silly on this exit.
Face your fear! 30 seconds left.
That's a Sentinels Nightfall thrown a beef from mid. Going to see the
Oh भाई
counter.
साहब, I नहीं भाई 20 सेकंड है.
Players rather
ना?
than Link.
Sen is cooked.
Timo waiting.
Sen is
He'll
cooked.
get his just
Yep,
desserts.
Sen is
Vora
cooked.
steps out at just the same
Oh.
time, and in a
One enemy
this
remaining.
round, well, I would say it's over, but it's John, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's going to be
10
cut out of the
seconds
site with no time left to spare and no money to risk
Must
throwing
read,
this
bhai.
fan
Ekdam
away.
Crazy.
It feels like
What
Sen,
I read, what I
may have
read.
expected less presence over on that B side with a kill on Cryo pushed out of A. Then maybe 100 Thieves would have to commit a little bit more to
9-10 is the
rotate.
score line.
They gave them time though, Sen. They lingered around like bottom mid for quite a while before
भाई
really
है
getting
इनके
to B.
पास?
Yeah, feels like 100
नहीं
Thieves
भाई
are
नहीं है
sure
सन के
themselves
पास ब्रो 11th राउंड चले जाएगा 100
Had
Thieves
that
का.
choke in mid-link. The Nightfall timing from Bora was great, and then just a little 1-2 switch. Timotino fights from the right, Bora swings out.
The counter Nightfall was sick.
No
Yeah,
freebies
absolute
for
denial.
you, nothing, no stats.
100 Thieves just not only winning that round,
इससे भी शर्म
not
सा है भाई
only
ये.
putting the economy in a bit of an awkward spot here from Sen if they're trying to buy, but they also get ultimates out of them. That's the Nightfall and the Convergent Paths just gone. And you can really feel the impact of Asena's util coming through there, especially on that initial.
Love you, Arsva.
going for
Love you,
fast hit
others.
attempt. One slow,
I just
and,
love
and
this.
it was done.
The style from Timo, right? He has that early encounter almost.
Let's make a bet right now.
has
कौन
the
सी
double
team
dash away
जीतेगी?
from a guided salvo, and then
100
he just
Thieves.
dives straight back into the B main smoke and was
I
hoping
feel.
someone would step up, someone would try and find him. That's exactly the kind of attitude you want out of your duelist.
रेना क्यों नहीं लेते प्रो
Sentinels
प्ले
team.
में?
Yeah, I mean,
रेना बहुत
fair
सोलो
enough from
डुअलिस्ट
this.
काइंड
I
ऑफ
think
है
a
ना,
lot of
तो
people
वो
were curious
विषय हो
about
जाता है.
John's reassignment of role in this team. And I think it was less that John was being put in a worse spot, but just that Sentinels would no longer be benefiting from his calling, which was elite. Elite calling. And it really felt like it was
Alright chat.
one of
अभी
the
buy
biggest
round है.
aspects that Sen were able to draw on last year in their campaign.
Okay,
but-
sorry, अभी buy round नहीं है 100 Thieves का.
All year.
Sentinels
They were
का,
still
so
in a good
possibly
spot.
11th
They
round
didn't
मिल
have the
जाएगा
success they
100
would
Thieves
have
को.
hoped for at internationals. And I think
मिड पे आउटलॉ लगाई
look, I
है.
understand why it was tough to, remember or give John credit as an individual player because he just wasn't focused on his individual game last year.
I mean, he was
so that's
still
where those
having
like
those games,
off-season
though.
worries came from, but
Well, I think people see Zekken depart a team and probably start dooming pretty quickly. And the thing is, Kaplan talked about this as well. Sen don't have the time to just ease in and grow as a roster because the expectations come immediately. They have to step up and do it now, otherwise the fan base will be rabid about it.
yeah, and he said he was proud of his players for being
कितना
able
पीछे से
to
खेल रहा है वो रहा
work
परफेक्ट.
really hard within those
क्या बात है.
circumstances, keep
टीमों को मिड पे किल मिल गया है.
strides they're making.
And that slow is so good.
A little awkward.
Not
उसने
punished there
मिड
by
से
that
स्लो डाला है
satchel.
वो.
Narrow goes
And
down
लिंक
to
वाले
a
ने
tap
पीक
tap.
किया. John saving the day.
Still got away with it.
There's John maybe
3v4.
creating a bit of an opening for Sen. Asena now having to pick up that mid side on account of Timo going down. Cryo's pushed out of B though. Valuable info.
Double peek आने वाला है John पे.
as long as they can pick
this
up
is big, this is
window
big,
in a
this is
timely
big.
fashion. I think as far as Hunter Thieves are concerned, they know no one could have crossed into the site, so this means that Cryo is still free to do what he
3
wants.
जन mid peek करने वाले हैं.
Bottom mid. Last time he did this, got caught out by Cortesia, but this slow up
nice.
of Sentinels is going to be
और ये
punishing.
Cryo
Here
flank आ
comes
गया.
Cryo, spots one. This time he gets his
mid peek
revenge.
भी आ गया.
Cortesia can't
ठीक है
respond
कोई बात नहीं,
quickly
low
enough.
buy था वैसे भी.
And now Caillou with nothing but a bucky and a prayer. He's
Low
off
buy था,
to
low
A.
buy था, low buy था.
Well, at least a little bit of money for Sen off that plant. Small consolation.
भाई क्या लगता है VCT कौन जीतेगा? मेरे हिसाब से G.
I mean, you gotta go for it. you gotta go for it in the second. Respect for the jump hit, but other things clean it up with ease.
Timotino बराबर टाइम पे उड़ गया है.
Mid, just
बराबर टाइम पे उड़ गया.
easy as they come.
So active. Yeah, this wrap, I mean, this like exchange in mid, I think is pretty big. The buys Cryo time to really.
अरे माँ कसम, अरे ये बूस्ट ही हुई है, बस थोड़ा सा ट्रांसफॉर्म बूस्ट ही है.
By the way, I did see some skepticism
थोड़ा शांत, थोड़ा वैसा ही.
the Sentinel, etc.
ये बड़ी नो ऑप लगाया और बराबर बीप लगाया चैट.
And I think it's, offered some nice opportunities as well to get in a cracked upcoming duelist like Timotino and have players on different roles all kind of fragging out. Oh, look at this setup. Bait wall. So Timotino gets a shot off and then can escape.
All right, that's enough.
ये क्या पटेली वॉल डाली है चैट.
Okay, now, right? Start to build some momentum in this round.
Boy, 100 Thieves are getting active on these extremities. Cryo especially, he's walking all the way down mid. 2 players in A main.
Oh. ना बच गया भाई. अगर वो लोग वाइड स्विंग करते कोडेजिया भी मरता. नसीब पीछे चले गए. सेन को चांस मिला है भाई.
Any desire to go back into A main, they do need to expend some initiator util doing it, but they just want to worry about this B side. They've got 3 players in main right now. Some pressure in mid is definitely keeping 100 Thieves occupied.
All right, here we go. Refract at the ready. Just a shoulder peek. Timo can't post up on the line yet again. Narrate gets onto the side. Shorties give away his position, but he doesn't mind as Cryo emerges from the smoke.
Bro, he just jumped into a freaking pre-fire.
Timo yet to get some value from this offer.
Why you're throwing, bro?
That's a tough angle. It's small.
Oh, John.
Such a small window.
He's वाली को टप्पा दे दिया John Cutie. Oh, easy round for Sen, I guess.
Narrate for 3 on the round.
They didn't do anything special in this round. They just won.
Walk away with a rifle.
I mean, he's going. He picked up the rifle because 100 Thieves have infinite cash, so why not?
Yeah, at this rate, going to be buying for quite some time, perhaps the remainder of this match. Too many angles to check, and Caillou's the one that pops up first. That op is loose. Timo not able to get value out of it, may not go back for it on this round.
A little gimmick play in B main from 100 Thieves to throw out there, and it just didn't work. Timo wasn't able to do that. Austin tried to swing, but goes down. I think Timo maybe got like one kind of wallbang shot. I think he lit up Caillou, but getting no kills with the op.
Please बोल दिया बे.
Cortesia keeping him hyped.
Please, he says. Really trying to get them back into this game. Now that Bang can start to stabilize a little bit more.
मिड पे ऑफ लगा रहा है टीमो अभी.
No, I would not say ultimates of note in the last couple of rounds. Nightfall getting closer here for Caillou.
Yeah, that duo of Asuna and Cryo can lock down B easily. So Sen definitely don't want to put the emphasis there, but then on the other side, they're dealing with more players able to fight. The difficulty of this comp they're going up against from 100 Thieves.
That is brazen from Timo, but of course he has had a way out. And that's Caillou dealt with. So no scan util available for Sentinels anymore. They've got some purchase on mid, and yeah, Narrate will stick around.
Just Cryo right now on this site has his util towards main, but has to be so concerned about Narrate. Knows that he's pushed up close, knows he's tucked left.
Okay, wow, he was playing in the pocket between those bits of util to saturate the guy to sell, but neither caught onto him, but Narrate
that was such a big kill, bhai.
He's starting to come alive in just about the
perfect
time.
Ult bhi acha.
Great time for that pit. Oh, Asuna heads up, spam. If Timo can find a kill somewhere,
but city push kiya bhai
that conversion paths into the pit, that would be a great way to try and get a free kill onto Cortesia and drop it.
By Narrate का ult अगर link पे अभी आता है तो खत्म है. कर दे बंटा कर दे कर रहा है चल करेगा ठीक है भाई.
Caught out. by that C's. And here goes Timo. Yep, might as well make use of this convergent pass. Now when Redux simply doesn't have the fire rate.
अच्छा उसने अल्ट किया लेकिन बहुत लेट किया भाई. अच्छा वो लेफ्ट साइड से किया इसलिए मेरे को लेफ्ट कान में आवाज नहीं आया.
Nice retake
nah,
from
bro,
100 Thieves.
Nah, that was a horrific round.
Fortunate to get that initial
horrific round by Sentinels.
As well.
ये round तो निकल सकते था भाई.
I think there was a dog that gave away one of the positions. Maybe it was Cortezia, and then off the back of that.
क्या डैश किया है भाई टीमोटिनो. ये पागल है भाई टीमोटिनो.
है ना चालू हो गया भाई वो.
वो क्या गुस्सा है वाइपर के ऊपर ना.
तुमको पप्पी दिया है.
मेरे को नहीं भाई, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए उसकी. थोड़ा तो नथिंग लगता है मेरे को.
है ना.
I won't lie, narrate starting to heat up a little bit, but it might have come a little bit too late in this map.
वो नरेट के पास मतलब नरेट ने ऑफ अल्ट नहीं किया था पिछला राउंड. मेरे को लगा किया था.
Catching on, and here comes narrate. What's there to be found? Four into that's straight out through the smoke. He's just that guy right now.
नरेट unlucky है bro. नरेट बहुत unlucky है भाई.
Cortezia. Still some presence for 100 Thieves on this A side of the map, and of course, the double Sentinels group up in link. Sentinels well aware of this, so it's another dark cover to slow that further.
Bro, what was that chat?
A little weary to commit too hard to the angle. Will there be a moment for Asuna to support, for Cryo to support from this link? Will be tough. They're getting dark covered off. Oh, the timing up.
Oh my God, some bang jo bacha hai.
On the side here, and that's the spike
that's
that's
a GG.
Lose this now.
Oh, hold up.
John knows the push is coming. He's got a sixth sense about it. 4K for John. Keeps Sentinels in the game. He's about to drop 30 on him.
Actually picks up that AWP as well, so we'll see what the plan from Sen is in this final round, but come on, man. Saving them.
He knows he's getting pushed from the left. That is insane from John.
Haunt timing over top is really nice as well, because there was so much pressure in main that it was tough to be able to break it. You know, if the Haunt comes earlier, maybe you get that snap up, break it, and then you can focus back.
But round,
with that bit
crazy
of delay, it got the perfect thing.
This map is really not gone the way that I expected it to, Wyatt. Sentinels really showing us something special, but it's definitely coming from a particular sector of their team.
Yeah, the 30 bomb Tejo. You don't see that often or ever.
Literally
has the Armageddon for the final round.
Be right back.
Evolution for Cryo though, so he can withstand that. Push comes to shove.
Narrator's just been slowly posted up with his AWP over towards A main. Hasn't been any aggression. It's mid that 100 Thieves are putting emphasis on at the moment.
Looks like their stealth drone has actually earned 100 Sentinels rather some positioning over towards this A side. Here it is. Armageddon to the back of the side. This is going to now force all of 100 Thieves to play in it. This is going to give elbow up to Sentinels now. They've got the angles.
Nice one, Redux. Big kill.
Bora might be able to slip away for the time being and bang with some fancy
GG. Khatam.
To get that res. Dirty stuff. From 100 Thieves, and they'll shut this down.
Asuna कितना मारा यार? क्या मारता है भाई ये?
John QT looked like a sleep paralysis demon out there, but not enough to tear 100 Thieves down. It looks like to be one of their best maps.
Absolutely, still seeing the value of the comp that they're running, that their coaches have brought, you know, for them in the off season, something completely unique. The Sage getting so much more value than other teams who have attempted it. Their game plan here is really rock solid. Sen having the opportunity to try and anti them watching that game that 100 Thieves played against G2, but it's still not enough.
बॉटम फ्रैग किया भाई, लेकिन कुछ भाई पिछले 2-3 राउंड में क्लोज करने के लिए उसने किया
क्रूशियल किल्स मारे।
हाँ ए भाई, नरेट को डुअलिस्ट से हटाओ, रिडक्स को डुअलिस्ट पे रखो, जीत जाओगे।
बाकी सब बराबर चल रहा है क्योंकि
हाँ
भाई स्प्लिट है भाई अब तो। माँ कसम तो कुको जाएंगे
कौन
इन वाले।
ऐसा क्यों?
नहीं
फूड पार्टी एंड वॉस पार्टी क्या खा रहा है बे? बैक ग्रेप, वाओ मसाले भात
अच्छा है क्योंकि स्प्लिट बहुत अच्छा है।
स्टडी चेटअप डायमंड 1 विद पीक आर्टिस्ट
ओवरऑल
रोहित शर्मा गोट। तुम लोग को क्या लगता है रे, मैं चौथी में हूँ क्या? ये सब देख के मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा, मैं हंसने लग जाऊंगा?
किसी ने ये कास्टर प्रेडिक्शन वाले में पूरा सबने Cloud9 बोला, सबने।
अबे उसका कीबोर्ड देखो। ओ माय गॉड, घर में किसने तो कुछ एक स्विच दबाया, इसका कीबोर्ड बंद हुआ उसमें। ना दिस सेटअप इज इंसाने क्रेजी मेरे भाई। और कॉफी मार के आओ ब्रो, मेरी आंखें वाटरी हो गई है, देखो कितनी पानी पानी आ रहा है सिर्फ। I'm asleep like a crazy freaking guy after today, bro. और ये तो देखे थे ना अपन भाई, ये देखो ना ये कैसा कीला मारा है, देखो इसमें, इसको कीला मार के लटका है। सब समझ रही हूँ, फिक्सिंग कर गई है। हा हा हा, फिक्सिंग कर गई है कौन? विक्सी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द ह्यूज 180 रुपए। थैंक यू सो मच मिक्सी, मिक्सिंग गेम प्ले। कौन फिक्सिंग कर गई है? थैंक यू सो मच 180। हाँ देखा भाई, है ब्यूटीफुल
ब्यूटीफुल ब्रो।
ये थैंक यू तो 180। अच्छा एक काम करो, और कॉफी आंख में डाल दो। चैट, विल दिस वर्क इफ आई जस्ट pour the coffee in my eye? Will that heal my eye? Yo, this is the best anime bro, Chainsaw Man. भाई मैंने पूरा देखा है, I love it. उसका नाम क्या है चैट? जो जिसका ऐसा मीम वायरल हुआ था, उसने होटों का कुछ तो किया था, नाम भूल गया यार मैं। अरे स्पीड नहीं हागासो, इंडियन की बात कर रहा हूँ। उर्फी उर्फी उर्फी। अरे तुम लोग बाहर गाँव में ही पहुंच जाते हो यार, तुम लोग को अपने इधर का कुछ नॉलेज ही नहीं रहता है। वो नाइस चेटअप ब्रो। गरीब गेमिंग चेटअप, क्या ये गरीब है? अगर ये गरीब है तो हम लोग क्या हुए फिर? जिन लोगों के पास पतरे के मॉनिटर, पतरे का सीपीयू था भाई। रैंक गेस करो। ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 साल से खेल रहा हूँ, 1.5 ईयर से खेल रहा है। इसके पास माउस 10,000 का है। ये एनीमे बहुत देखा है, मंकी डी लफी बहुत पूरा देख लिया। मतलब अगर वन पीस इसने पूरा देखा है, मतलब 1000 ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब, और उसने 1.5 है, तो ही इज अ डायमंड राइट नाउ। 3, 2, 1 बूम। ये तो हैक्स है ब्रो, ये तो हैक्स है फिर। तो फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान, लव यू। वो चलो अगला मैच चालू होने से पहले अपन कॉफी बना के लाते हैं।
The best words where it is up to kind of the
ये देखो
players
मैं
to
कॉफी बना के
see how
लाता हूँ,
they're
ठीक है फट
feeling
से।
and how they're
आई
kind of
स्ट्रीम
going
सब्सक्राइब
and
न्यू
feeling
एक्सक्लेमेशन
into the
WH
map
चेकआउट
as
करो
well. So
वॉच
for
आवर्स
me,
देखने के
you
लिए।
know, I have a couple players that
एक्सक्लेमेशन
used to only prefer playing certain agents, and so we'd like to build kind of a game plan around that. And if it
Check out
fits the
करो।
map, great.
I'll be
If
back in a
not,
bit.
then we'd focus on like is there something else that we need to learn?
Yeah, trying to get closer to that comp you really want to play. I mean, one guy who is certainly comfortable here, Emily, was John QT. I think we have to talk about it. He drops 29 kills in this map one loss. It seemed like he was the only guy who was keeping Sen in the game.
No, it really did, because I feel like there were a lot of those rounds in that first half that Sentinels shouldn't have won, but John QT comes in and saves the day. We saw him with a 4K clutch. We saw him with like a 1v2 that he just shouldn't have won. He was so impactful at keeping, like, this game shouldn't have been as close as it was. But because of John, as he walks by, they really made it a lot closer than it should have been.
I think too, he had the vibes. He was yelling after every round that he won. He had the clutch. It was just insane. This guy was literally the final boss. His positioning, even a lot of his Taeho ults really denied 100 Thieves a lot of rounds. And yeah, it was literally like 3 rounds in a row where he clutched to defuse, and it was kind of insane.
Yeah, specifically his util though, you were right. He was getting a lot of impact with those ults, but not even just the ults, the missiles. We saw him get a couple kills with those.
Yeah.
Like, everything that he was doing made sense. And you highlighted before, like, you like seeing his tail on other maps, so it was really cool to see him bring it out on this one.
Yeah, very refreshing to see him playing this.
He was so on point, and I think really what we have to look at as we go towards the rest of the series is he enough? Can he light that fuse and get the rest of his teammates in it, which is going to be difficult, especially playing against Cryo. We talked about this composition on a macro level, but I think some of what MBS might have been alluding to with that personal comfort has to go down to Cryo on the veto. Emily, I know you loved what he was doing on defense.
Yeah, no, we saw a bit of change of pace from the first time that we saw him against G2 playing the veto. He was a lot more aggressive, right? If there was pressure on the other side of the map, he would walk up, kind of get in their spawn. We even saw him flank a few times, and it works out. Even though he got punished a couple times there, he still held with that aggression because it gave his team so much info to play out the rest of the round and kind of helped with their rotates mid-round.
I feel like even on attack too, like, he wasn't worried to just lurk. Like, there was one of these rounds where his whole team is on A playing that post plan, and on B, and he was literally just lurking up A, getting free kills of people that were too late to rotate.
Yeah, what a performance from Cryo to start this one, but it has to feel heartbreaking to lose in that fashion for Sentinels. Coach Kaplan, he's getting the team ready for map 2, so let's get a word with him.
Kaplan, super close first map. Unfortunately, it did result in a loss. However, not without John QT dropping 30 on the server. He's been like phenomenal, lights out now that he's released of the shackles of IGL. It's of course a risk to bring in a new IGL to a team, especially coming up from the academy team. But it's paying off for you and the team. How have the comms dynamics changed? Is John QT still involved, and how involved are you?
We're all involved. A lot of smart people on the team, a lot of people that want to win. I think John is playing lights out because he wants to win. I think that's all there is to that. He's always done that. I think Caillou's a great player, and that's why he's on the team. We're all just doing everything we can to win.
All right, everyone's doing their job, and it's working out. Best of luck.
घर में पूरा अंधेरा है और फिर भी मैं चश्मा पहन के बाहर गया हूँ.
John certainly wanted to win map 1, didn't work out. Now we head towards
समझ रहे हो?
The choice of Sentinel.
And मेरे को रियलाइज ही नहीं हुआ मैंने चश्मा पहना हुआ है. This चश्मा is that good, bro. ओए 500 लाइक के करीब है, लाइक करो. नुनू खानदान चटा, सब दादाजी का पैसा है. ये बेशरम लोग साले. दिव्य आमला चूर्ण. वाओ, ब्यूटीफुल.
कहता है आरआरक्यू वाला कहता है कि हम सारे रोस्टर के प्लेयर खरीद लेंगे.
वाओ,
बहुत बजट है हमारे पास, और फिर उनको बेंच कर देंगे.
हैं? कौन बोला ये?
आरआरक्यू का जो बंदा है.
बंदा बोले तो
मतलब क्या पता, जो भी है.
कौन था? प्लेयर, ओनर,
मालिक, प्लेयर,
तो
जो भी
ऐसा बोले ना भाई.
मेरे को नहीं पता कौन है. वो कहता है कि जीतने का एक अच्छा स्ट्रैट है, 15 मैन रोस्टर बनाएंगे और सबको बेंच कर देंगे, सारे स्टार प्लेयर्स को.
हाँ, दिमाग
ना. अंबानी भाई अगर वीसीटी में आए तो ऐसे ही जीतेंगे.
Bro, what the hell is this? Whoa, what a cheddar, bro. Beautiful. Crazy. अभी इतने सारे वायरिंग काहे के लिए लगाए हुए? आज भाई मेरा VFP देखो डिस्कॉर्ड पर ये सब
भाई,
क्या है
अगर कोई
भाई
player
PFP
top
वगैरह
10
क्यों
पहुंच जाए
देखना है भाई
leaderboard में,
हाँ
तो क्या लगता है क्या चांसेस है कि वो VCT जाएगा?
I feel 10%.
10%.
Yep.
और टॉप 5 पहुंच जाए तो
15%.
कैसी मैथ्स है आपकी?
It is because इंसान अगर अकेले अपने डुओ ट्रियो के साथ खेल के पहुंच रहा है तो अलग बात है, लेकिन एक इंसान जब एक टीम में रहता है तो उसको टीम के हिसाब से खेलना पड़ता है, टीम के हिसाब से उसको लेक्स बनना पड़ता है, उसको स्ट्रैट्स के अनुसार चलना पड़ता है. दैट इज वेरी टफ.
ऑक्सी, प्रीमी, ये सब लोग रैंक्ड प्लेयर्स ही है. सेकंड एक्स्टर,
एपिक क्यों कॉल कर रहा है?
फायर,
बोल.
लोग रैंक
हाँ
से
बोल ना.
है.
क्या हुआ? हाँ तो उनको बोलना भाई तेरे को उधर ही रखने, तेरे को बोलना उनको उधर ही रखने और मारने तेरे को. और क्या बोल रहा है? स्ट्रीम पे स्ट्रीम चालू है. बोल. स्ट्रीम देख रहा है क्या? क्यों? कब? अरे माँ कसम, बेंजी फिशी क्यों बन गया भाई तू? हाँ हाँ ऐसा दिख रहा है अभी. डेंजर ना भाई. क्या सोना होना नहीं है क्या भाई? अरे पतला हो गया लव यू ब्रेक तू.
हाँ क्या?
हाँ
अरे तू इधर आया था क्या? उल्फे के पास आया था?
बेलापुर के पास आया था. क्या बात कर रहा है? लगा नहीं रहेगा.
डबल डुलिस खेल रहे लोग.
नहीं लगा था
मतलब आई मीन आया नहीं.
तो बता, वॉइस मेल जा रहा था, कुछ तो बता नहीं.
हाँ हाँ बे मेरे को तो नहीं आया तेरा कॉल.
विब्रेक ने किया था.
अच्छा नहीं लगाया रहेगा भाई, वो झूठ बोल रहा है.
मिलते थे ना फिर, बट तू फिर उठाया नहीं.
नहीं वो लगाया नहीं रहेगा, वो झूठ बोल रहा है.
Tie that hard as G2 did. I'm glad to see Sen switch over to this fade though. Having just that solo Mateo to deal with Koala Noobs off in that game, it just wasn't enough. He was running around on doors, absolutely ruling the map. And against 100 Thieves, you know you're going up against another, potential Opera and Cryo. Though it's going to be harder playing the Viper, and they don't have that Yoru, so stakes a little bit different there. But I still like the fade much more in terms of how much information you're going to be gaining from your initiator pick. I think that's something a lot of people wanted to see. So they will be content with
मुझे ना
that.
धन चाहिए ना धन चाहिए, बस अमन से भरा यह वतन चाहिए. अजब एक जिंदा रूह इस मातृभूमि के लिए, और जब मरूं तो तिरंगा कफन चाहिए.
Very much just this solo Timatino waylay for the most part.
All right, moments away from jumping here into split. 100 Thieves on the attack side.
All right, here we go, here we go.
On quite a few maps. Be on that Viper.
We are underway the second map of the day.
Looking at Timatino in particular.
100 Thieves has already won one map.
They are going to quietly cross this very standard Viper wall setup.
अगर सेन ये गेम हारती है ना तो वो लोग लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाएंगे. मतलब एक गेम हारे तो डायरेक्ट बाहर. क्या बात है कायू भाई.
Good saturate. Kai's not going to be able to walk away. Asuna.
Okay. Come on, Redux, you gotta pop off.
Had no choice, nowhere to go really, but it ends up being an even trade.
Bro, Timo इतना forward आ गया. How is he not aware?
Tino is just so fast to get into screens there. That's a nice heads-up play. Now, Cryo was just out in the open getting that orb before. Felt safe because there were two players in heaven, but nope. Redux teleporting over, getting there quick. Let's see if John can do more John things. Not on Mateo, now on the Omen. They have a Paranoia.
And two smokes, honestly. He's got all of his util. He's going to be able to cover up Heaven here. Maybe even that A main angle. They still need to find a way to get into elbow. Bang will be avoiding that paranoia as he's playing up on the side properly, but Cortezia, sharp as they come! in the blink
क्या
of an
retake की
eye.
है?
The 2v3 completed with flair. Sentinels, not many teams can pull that kind of moment out, but Cortesia and John back-to-back get it done.
Under Thieves not doing anything wrong there. They triple swung onto 2 players. But
Bro, what in the frickin' freak was this round?
Sen in that moment, Cortesia,
उसपे sheriff थी, वो
obviously
चिपका दिया
such
उसने
a
sheriff।
talented shooter in the form of John.
क्रायो पर क्या घर का है क्या उसका और?
Just stunning at the moment.
The Raptor does more. No.
See that remarkably clean.
Good fucking shit, bro.
Got to get up to the races early after a crashing
Bro,
loss.
what
in
a
map
round,
number 1,
chat.
close map that it was.
Can we have some WWF? Is the chat alive or is he dead?
Have a bucky for Narrate. But already gone up to that outlaw for Redux, so they do mean business.
Oh, Redux with outlaw.
Oh, a little messy, but he's out of
कहाँ
there.
गए bullets वो?
All good, Timatino trying to capitalize.
उसके aura ने dodge कर दिए.
Retreat.
और
In the meantime, it was 100 things just setting out that flash into B main from their sky, see if it gets a ping, see if anyone pushed up. They did not, so they get control of that extremity, able to get an orb as well out of it.
Now up mid. Narrate waiting inside this smoke.
Loves his Bucky.
That's a pretty valid spot to take that in his second round. So realistically, Hunt of Thieves haven't done a whole lot across the map. They've got no real advance on this A side either. Obviously, Khelraay is playing passive lurk there for now.
Redux just sending his gate crash over into screen, so can play back sight, try and rectify those earlier shots with the outlaw. Miss, and he does.
Yep, that's one down, more to come. You'd have to imagine Caillou inside the smoke, and Redux finds his second. That outlaw still at large, of course, as Arsene has to go for the plant, leaving Bang with only a small amount of health back towards main. And Senna checking for it on ramps. Again, classics, bear that in mind. Only so much you can really do here. I love the slow orb. But Bang can't see the wood for the trees right now. Hard for him to get involved. He got the drop of quarters either. There is a Guardian. He's picked up there potentially. He's got it, but Redux catches him. He tries to back up there in heaven.
नहीं था body पे clearly. भाई मेरे को तो लगा वो body पे.
Going to get this orb from the defuse as well. So close to that dimensional drift.
VCT जहाँ चल रहा है वहाँ पे क्या टाइम है? रात के 8 बजे शायद. हाँ हो सकता है.
B main gets spiked down. So they accomplish some side missions in this round for sure.
Let's see how it went down. Redux just
short भाई.
playing passive lines for the most part.
Nice one Redux भाई. Nice one.
Almost
ऐसे ही खेल मेरे भाई. येड़ भगा दे ऐसी.
4-1 so far in this Yoru, so close to that first dimensional drift.
Redux obviously in that last series had a major bounce back as the Yoru from week 1. An uncharacteristic, just bad performance from him that he immediately found some rejuvenation from.
I mean, he was 11-4 rather, first kill, first death in that second game.
So series was real standout.
Mate, for two very contrasting results. Khelraay has done pretty well. Catnip in the entirety of Sentinels, only 3 of them.
ठीक है 10 HP.
Redux for his trouble. That outlaw, of course.
वो अभी heal हो जाएगा बे जाके.
Natural predator, the full armor.
और मत दो healer event पे.
In every single 100 Thieves player's hands with good reason. They're expecting that outlaw, so that's a nice opening pick. I like this from Sen. It's pretty bold double push out just to retake this space.
भाई Khelraay expect कर रहा है बे वो. caught हो गया.
For its potential, Bucky not too effective at that angle. Wow, Caillou wins that out with the SMG.
Still mid is open here for 100 Thieves. They're going to go for it. Yeah,
good kill by Sen.
A-side information, but hit B with an advantage scenario.
hit कर रहा है.
That's the plan for 100 Thieves right now.
But it's John and Cortesia.
John Goody के पास एक Guardian है. Oh, he missed every shot. Nice kill. John Goody पर गया. अबे यार मेरे को लगा मारेगा वो. मेरे को लगा मारेगा वो.
Allowing 100 Thieves to control that upper side and have Bang forward.
Gotta pay attention to the weak HP on these 100 Thieves players though, but that sharp from Bang and should seal this up.
It's just Caillou, of course. There is that Sage wall in play. Not that he really has the time to go all the way back through spawn. Seas doesn't catch. It makes sound there on the road.
And I.
Get in on their first buy.
Yeah, that was well done. You know, even though things Got a little bit messy on A with that
चलो अभी
repush
first
from
buy round
Sen.
है.
I like
भाई
that
आज सुनो
decision.
ना,
And
हर्ष
Caillou
भाई
had a pretty
2020 से जब से
shocking
वैलोरेंट आया
1v1
ना,
win against Cryo, who was on
तब
the
से
angle. He
बंदे
just
ने
had
एक
that
बार भी अपने
specter.
बाल नहीं बनाए.
But 100 Thieves are able to make a
दोनों
nice
का बाय
fast
बाय
pivot,
है.
splitting into B, pinching the two anchors, and
क्यों ऐसा?
just a bit too much to deal with. Cortezia and John without weaker weaponry.
One enemy remaining.
Felt pretty straightforward. 100 Thieves make the response to a deep extension by Sentinels on the A side.
कोई टाइम आउट ले लिए.
Pretty elementary to bounce over towards B and
आता
just
हूँ
try
मैं.
and flood it.
ये टाइम आउट है टेक
So
पॉज
here
है.
we are. Timeout going to get called pretty early on in the piece here.
वो स्कोर
Running
2-1
Coach
है ना?
Kaplan trying to get into his players' ears. I mean, it takes some juggernaut coaches to, you know,
कौन
put
टाइम
Kaplan
आउट
under
लिया है
pressure.
ये?
Doombros, for those that
और
don't
क्यों
know,
लिया है?
one of the, someone who was
Bro,
coaching so
why?
early on in
अच्छा
Valorant,
टेक
coached
पॉज.
FPX,
वही भाई ये
now
ये
B as
टाइम
well.
आउट क्यों बोला? मैं बहुत कंफ्यूज हो गया कि
Was
टाइम
really
आउट
around
क्यों
in the
बोल
mix for a
रही
long
है.
time. NBS, of course, who spent some time coaching.
मैं लेके आता हूँ.
Coach Descend and then
TSM.
yeah, I mean, we watched him coach TSM and
Kofai लेके आ रहा हूँ,
obviously
Chad,
he
Kofai
was,
लेके
you
आ
know,
रहा हूँ.
in Eastern Europe. He's up in the middle of the night for all of those games. Just locked in. Fantastic run with that team. So between the two of them, we've already seen what 100 Thieves cook up in that first map. And it's not like this is the first time they've had coaches that like to innovate, right? I think Zix was definitely cut from that same kind of cloth. But yeah, this is quite a step forward for 100 Thieves so far. Off to a great start.
टेक पॉज मिलता है अच्छा नहीं लगता.
It really is good to see Doombros back in that position. So highly regarded, felt nonsensical that he was lacking a coaching role anywhere for what felt like kind of a long time, honestly. So he definitely deserves this spot.
We've already seen the corrode comp from them so far. So they come into the season with good ideas. As has been the case, and actually something 100 Thieves always seem to suffer, is that teams start to adapt to what they do on a couple of maps. It was the case with their bind last year, right? That was such a strong map for 100 Thieves, and they just got figured out after a while. I could say the same with Sentinels on Lotus. It was the kind of map that they were looking really good on, but put a lot of footage out there, gave a lot of hungry coaches chances to adapt, and all of a sudden those home maps for these teams weren't so great anymore.
Yeah, Split was one of the maps, and I mean, evidently is that Sen were always using as a home way back to when John first joined this team. This map, Sunset, they were always relying on, always at the top of their pool. So it did feel strange that their first outing, they were so off kilter, but picking into it, obviously feeling confident that they can bounce back, and maybe also feeling that it's just the simple initiator change that they were regretting leaning into that Tejo and immediately finding better results, just going back to the traditional fade here.
Yeah, and like John did sort of talk about this. He didn't feel last week the Sentinels' woes really originated from these interesting initiator picks, right? He specifically mentions the Sky, you know, on Breeze, for example. And I think, like, you know, reasonable minds might differ on that point, but you know, he really cites a lot of communication issues, standard jitters. He also mentions that, you know, he had a chat with Ravish, just where I heard it. He does still do a lot of supporting calling for Caillou. So he's still very much involved in those conversations, just at times where they may be
सारे player तो दिख
his
रहे हैं.
ability to frag out and to be a wrecking ball in the server.
दिक्कत हुआ
Yes,
किसका है?
doesn't need to completely take the reins in that situation. We were almost back.
इसका तो gear नहीं लग रहा.
Go back to a quick tech pause for the gear.
Yeah, it looks like we were a couple of moments from heading in, folks, but that's just been
साला ये हैरी पॉटर
for the time
Snaptap
being.
है?
And again, like,
शायद
I
है
kinda
भाई,
circled
पता
around
नहीं,
to it,
दब
you know, when
थोड़ा
you
सा
are
दबा देता हूँ तो
Sentinels,
दब तो जाता है.
you have less of a runway, or it feels like you have less of a runway. I think you were mentioning the Kaplan was commending his players for, you know, Sentinels players don't have as much room to grow and to make those mistakes. Feels like as soon as the doors open, everyone is expecting excellence from them. So that's an extra burden you bear when you're on this roster, but it looks like they're taking to it well, and that's what Kaplan seems to indicate anyway. Round 4 here for you, folks. Sentinels up by 1. Both teams are bought in.
Definitely a match to prove that opener against Fury is just going to be a blip on the radar for the Sentinels team, who bounced back against EG and already, frankly, looking good against 100 Thieves, pushing them to the limit on a map that they were so dominant on. Just slowly working up that ramp side again. Caillou in trouble. Swing from Narrate to assist his IGL.
He's actually going to repost up now as the walls come up. He wants to play closer towards Heaven. So pretty insistent on trying to at least get something for his money in that side. If Hunter Things really lean in, but that's a kill that really hurts. Now you don't have that wedge in the middle of the map. You don't have the ability to rotate in through ropes. It's honestly an information blackout for Sentinels on so much of the map now.
With still enough time for 100 Thieves to peel off and try and hit towards that B side, and that does look like the idea.
क्या हुआ अभी मैंने मिस किया बहुत. दो जन कैसे मरे? मैंने मिस किया भाई. इधर मेरे आंखों के सामने हुआ है लेकिन मैंने मिस किया. 20 seconds on the clock. And Sen को पता है कि ये लोग भी आने वाले. That's crazy.
There's that info TP.
So we go, Timo fighting
Bro,
for it.
क्या recon था?
When Caillou has the room. Or at least has been traded
Come
out.
on,
Nice
hug दिए.
Now it's on
Hug दिए वो लोग.
In that 1 versus 2.
Are you serious?
Slightly, but Bang is going to be able to
तो
get
Sen
this
तो
blast
जीत
started.
गई थी ये round. Nah. क्लच भाई क्या ये शिशी हुआ है?
Bang was on the rotate. Oh man, I mean, just a little bit of damage from that shorty is more
क्या
than enough.
आपको भी ADHD है? क्लच भाई
क्या अच्छा रिवील पे मार दिया था.
मैंने क्या नोटिस किया मालूम क्या? मैं जब मैच देखता हूँ ना, तो मेरे बैक ऑफ द माइंड में मतलब मैं ना फोकस ज्यादा नहीं कर पाता. मतलब मुझे बहुत लॉक इन. एक तो मेरा ये मुझे पता है कि मेरा है ना जो अटेंशन स्पैन है ना बहुत मेस्ड अप है, क्योंकि मैं रील भी है ना 2x में देखता हूँ भाई. एंड
तो फिर
एक और चीज कि मैं अगर मैच देख रहा हूँ ना, एंड मेरे दिमाग में कुछ सेकंड थॉट बहुत फट से आ जाता है और मैं उसके बारे में सोचने लग जाता हूँ. मैं लॉक इन ज्यादा देर तक रह ही नहीं पाता. एंड वॉच पार्टी के टाइम लॉक इन रहना पड़ता है. ओह माय गॉड, वो आगे जा.
I mean, what was I just saying, man? This is what I'm talking about. This state of the game.
उसका solution है meditation.
Just dashing in
meditation.
It is.
Yes, you need to calm down your
so
mind.
silly, but
how do we do that?
The reason it's happening, it is just so effective.
Just calm the fuck down, bro.
Waylay, being just the best duelist at the moment. Because that's not a real.
अरे भारत हर रोज 10 मिनट करो ना bro.
An initiator.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah, I mean he's just everything, so that doesn't count.
Cortez there.
Focus on your breath.
Timo pretty hard. He has to run back and get some Sage healing. And that little interaction is actually a pretty big deal that allows Sen to stack this B side, or at least that heaven to mid position.
Feels like last round playing out much like this one. 100 Thieves just working their way through B main.
Economical round है ये Sen का.
Sentinels players towards that B side, 3 of them, but not anchoring like they were on that prior. Little boost for Timothy.
Whoa. They be playing some
wall down.
Fortnite shit.
Weaponry.
Bang also threatening that lurk up mid. Timo boosted up, unexpected for Caillou there. That Sage wall really messes with the calculus a little bit. Timo looks like he might be still hungering. Bang should have a timing here easily. John not ready for it, still able to reach for the sidearm. Bang dropped low. Justifiably doesn't want to fight any longer. But Redux and Cortezia are going to be
right click, एक right click चिपकाओ भाई, इसको टीमों को मजा आ जाएगा.
But really not pinning their
दोनों को पे क्लासिक नहीं है ना. No way bro.
That's oh no.
अगर Cortezia मरता मजा ही आ जाता.
क्या एंगल था वो.
For Arsenal, they were one away from the orb, so
short हो गया इसके साथ.
Got to chase, hunt a little bit, but I think Vor only had 300
खाली भर रहा
in the
होगा.
bank, so all good. On this round, they can just try to contest for some of these orbs. I mean, this could be an explosive.
Meditate करना शुरू करो, मुझे बहुत help मिला.
Is tough to follow, but essentially just both Waylays dashing in and getting out.
His teammate died and he gave me ult. That's actually unreal.
कितना excited है वो.
But yeah, they're one orb away from 3 of them at the moment. I mean, and same can be said for Cortez, Narrate. This could be a very explosive round.
वापस वो लोग भी कर रहा है. उसने सुना क्या उसको चैट टीपी करते हुए? Oh, he's gonna peek that? Never mind.
Yeah, the top of someone was in heaven, but Yeah,
Oh wow, good is
Cortez able to just get that free kill from Rafters.
Redux kind of got forced away though by that slow orb. Had to get back, and now it's just out and out fighting in the
Whoa,
open.
what a double peak mid से आता हुआ easy kill.
कितना बेसिक खेल रहे हैं बे.
हाँ exactly.
एम पे निकाल रहे हैं, मार रहा है. सब बी में जा रहे हैं. माँ कसम रैंक
लगातार दूसरा तीसरा राउंड बी में नहीं हो रहा है. दूसरा I guess.
Routine and
मिड वाला ही मार रहा है.
on support. Cryo just on the lurk, getting some free easy kills. That's two of them. That felt like one of the simplest rounds I've ever seen in the history of this game.
The sheer contrast in body language is insane here, Wyatt.
They really just walked in and shot them together.
तू कब से एक्टिव है? Live you mean?
Having that
3:30 को आया मैं.
Easy for Cortezia off the res. But yeah, in this moment they just both drop down. Their back pillar.
Man, how is John late TPing? Come on, bro.
And they go down with
TP जरूर ये टाइम आउट जरूरी है भाई. ये लोग इतना बीटी में खेल रहे हैं कि क्या मालूम इनको क्या हो गया है. भैया बेस्ट हेडफोन्स बताओ ना अंडर 3.5K with mic that can be used for video recording and streams.
No John Cutie, no party.
I mean the man said he hates losing, and we
भाई
definitely see that.
3.5K में अच्छे माइक के साथ भाई तो टफ है यार तेरे को. हाँ ब्लैक शार्क V2 काफी अच्छा है. उसका साउंड क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छा है. माइक क्वालिटी एक बार ही चेक कर. वो ब्लैक शार्क V2X पोटैटो टाइप भी यूज करती है.
As long as every week he's seeing them make those improvements and
अरे
those
तुम भी ऐसा ही
strides,
शर्ट
that
पहनो.
winning is just going to
एकदम
come
सेट लगोगे.
कैसा शर्ट? अच्छा वैसा. ये मेरा है ना.
अरे गोल्ड की चेन डाल लो.
Being displayed where it can get frustrating, right? When you feel like you're running against a brick wall. Sentinels absolutely need to amass a couple more of these defense side rounds, and they've got a bank of ultimates in order to do so.
Narratic alt. Oh boy, so Charles versus 3
from 100 Thieves actually, like them
भाई
trying
ये
to
बार वो
counter
लोग
ult,
3
push
man
up
B start कर रहे हैं और वो लोग A जा रहे हैं. देखो सिंपल खेल रहे हैं यार चैट.
Really leaning on this heavy B and mid presence right now. It's just the Caillou over at A.
Bang, by the way, just off to a hot start against his former team, sat at 9-2. This is 100 Thieves all gathered up, ready to execute over on this A side. 5 players, Dog to clear out close on ramp. I'm sure that no one is tucked in that corner. It's going to make it nice, free and easy for Timotino to get up there. Real close. Conversion paths into heaven. Do they try to go off the back of it? Yeah. Retreats.
Not sure what Timo sees that and actually makes him want to recall there. Maybe just feels like he's a little too far ahead. Either way, Redux is bogged here with that slow orb in play. 100 Thieves definitely have that heaven control, and they've got plant down. Smoke over towards screens. Viper's pit after the fact. Everything looking good for the attack side.
Sen are getting a bit sloppy here. Caillou rips that Nightfall really early. Sen are not in position to do anything off the back of it. Redux going to get some info towards heaven, sure. This retake is going to have to be extremely coordinated now.
Oh crazy ult. एक ही ult में आया है but and wow bang ने मार दिया. Okay good trade.
Through the pit itself. Vora seen better days but in a position to surprise. Flash into the pit for Redux. He's going to go for it. Nothing to see yet so far with Vora on the outside. And Cryo's found 2 inside it with a shorty. That's without reloading by the way.
भाई वो heaven से drop किया और pit के बाहर गया. वो timing देखे?
All of the ultimates expended by Sen on that retake. That's Nightfall into drift into pass.
कुछ तो हुआ भाई मचांड हुआ इधर.
To try and counter that pit.
Hello, Divli भाई.
It felt like bringing a kid to work day. Sentinels just watching as 100 Thieves moved in and took all this space.
Oh, that's so nasty from Cryo. The short.
Jordan, I was so lost. I was shooting at you, bro. I was so lost, bro. I was so
Observer क्या ही दिखाएगा वो खुद hang हो गया.
Results there a little bit off. I mean, maybe that was Vora just feeling like he was about to be rushed down. So Nightfalls anyway. Here's Timotino with some crazy pace.
वाह कसम क्या entry.
Look at that.
वो उस box पे land कैसे किया है?
एकदम smooth वो भी.
Completely caught out. John here tucked.
Oh my god, Chad.
में GG है ये टीम में चालू है.
100 Thieves वो लग रही है bro.
फ्री हो गई है भाई वो.
On this round.
मतलब उन लोग का स्ट्रक्चर लग रहा बनता है. सिस्टम है.
मैं तुमको क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि वोरा जो है वोरा असेंशन फाइनलिस्ट IGL है और उसका डुअलिस्ट भी उसके पास है. और कायू ने उतना IGL किया नहीं. बड़े लेवल पे.
उसका डुअलिस्ट कौन था?
Very diligent.
He's just too dialed.
Knights.
Just too dialed.
Knights or Redux.
Opportunity to get this.
Oh.
Off.
If it's not clear to folks at home, we're certainly considering this round to be
नहीं,
all
but
but over.
Qbert Academy कहीं qualify थोड़ी करी. ESM तो final तक गई थी भाई.
And 100 Thieves just storm into the A site. So that was
Aura के पास अच्छा खासा experience है भाई.
SEN in that loss.
100 Thieves का Adidas वाला जर्सी नहीं रहा अब. हाँ क्या अभी वो नहीं है. भाई वो white वाला क्या जर्सी था ना भाई इनका. Clean था भाई, full drip था.
Not a convincing use of those ults at all.
Awesome.
He was putting a wall.
500 लाइक करीब है हम लोग. लाइक कर दो अगर आप लोग नए हो तो.
टिमोटिनो ऑन है बनता है. टिमोटिनो ऑन है, वो मिस नहीं कर
बराबर ही कर
रहा.
रहा.
Look at this one too.
भाई ये डैश ही क्लीन था ना भाई.
And Bang is there for the
वो Bang कितना अच्छा follow up किया.
I feel like we were seeing
भाई
Sen
लोग
go
बहुत
for a
मस्त
lot
play बनाए हैं. जो भी set play बनाया ना ये बहुत प्यारा
in
है.
their opening, but hasn't really come so far. You know, there were, I feel like a few more of those like A-main dashing in with narrate, supplemental utility type plays, but not the case. 100 Thieves, they just want to go right back into this A hit, but that's a fast combo over towards ramp if an anchor was there.
Refract active. Timo doesn't try and test the wall. In fact, this is really just a bit of a fake. It hasn't really had the intended effect though, despite mid being pretty lightly held. Sen are happy just to keep two players on A.
Yeah, no motion from Sen, and then a late Prowler just came out from Caillou. Obviously spots nothing over an A main. And a haunt now that reposts narrate.
And they smoke mid here just in case they're going to be dealing with a split because they've got no presence there.
Yeah, Cortesia is watching towards heaven. Redux with the op on main.
Come on. Toad.
100 Thieves don't have information about this heaven setup.
That was bad, bro.
Here's Timo trying to catch on to John there, who opts to TP out of trouble. 100 Thieves have a real strong foothold now on their side, but are going to move into the open.
What?
Cortez is only good for one here. Narrate drops down. Has
Oh,
to
nice
refract
Q.
away, but
Oh,
actually
nice
kill
Q.
Potentially it's Caillou though. Off the Prowler to get that info. Now 3 kills where it really matters. Leaves Asuna alone.
What a demon play. 30 seconds remaining for
30
Asuna.
seconds
Can
left.
self-heal, at least back to 100.
भाई उसको भागना पड़ेगा कुत्ते जैसा है ना. He can't make it, bro. He can't unless he goes from mid.
Time to do that, or just
Does he
go
have to go
back
through
through
rope?
20 सेकंड है उसके पास. वो प्लांट करने जाएगा उसको पकड़ लेंगे वो
See the
लोग.
commitment here for
going to
Sentinels.
do it.
They are at B.
Yeah, no,
He can.
Seconds left.
है टाइम है उसके पास. टाइम एकदम बराबर है.
Right, let's see if Asta can
भाई,
clutch it out.
किस्मत
He's been
साथ
in
में
a few
उसकी.
of these 1 versus 2 situations. Had 2 opportunities, I think, back on the road. And came so close with that one insane snapshot.
So a little bit of extra cash there for 100 Thieves, but importantly a chance to win the round. Asuna in a 1 versus 2.
Oh, look, Sen need this bad. They have to close this out.
Sen can clear that corner though with this saturate. Asuna. Oh, goes in! Narrates down, but where? Where is John? He doesn't know. John,
classic
is
से मार दी यार.
What did you have that one out there? I mean, that's fine. That is fine.
Classic से
He might
कैसे
have
मारा
just touched
उसने?
down, so I'm not sure. Might have been a bit hurried either way.
तो क्या
Not
शेकी
punished
शेकी
for it. Takes
करता है
no
ना पर ये
damage from
बंदा.
that exchange, but it's a little
भाई
bit of a
उसका
shitty
है
still
वैसा तो
from
अभी.
the Moroccan's face.
भाई क्यों ने मारे ना 3.
So close in these clutches.
कायू अब 3 निकाल गया ना उधर ही हो गया चांस. आज इसने बहुत सारे क्लच मिस किए ना.
भाई अच्छा उसने हेवन ड्रॉप बेट करने के लिए क्लासिक निकाली थी शायद.
और उसके हाथ में आ गई.
So far on attack. Could try to get an orb Austin his way. That'll give him the res for this round. Timotino getting close as well to the pass.
उतर के अपन वो शॉट चलाते हैं ना शायद वो कर रहा था.
Tries to work this A side, or does he just attempt to contain in the 1-3-1?
Honestly, the only action we've sort of seen on this A side is when Timo has been here.
Oh, feeling bold and presence is known.
Khelraay's just been waiting for over pushes, I think, and has just been waiting for a rotate.
That's why Sen is low-key doomed, bro.
There's like that mid-round hit.
भाई मैंने legit यही बोला 1 घंटे पहले. Legit यही बोला स्ट्रिप की जरूरत. यही बोला same to same.
चैट में लिखा है.
Mix up the pace and have some.
कुछ समझ नहीं इसका मतलब.
Do it as well.
Same chat पड़ा होगा फिर.
Hard flash on a Cortez and they're trying to sink that.
यही बोला Sen is low-key doomed.
Khelraay actually pushed up. He went in that Rams direction, but Narrate was holding that angle. Now though, big heaven presence for 100 Thieves. They've got the wall as well.
Look at that Sen rotate. They know this is going to end.
मैं
charge and everything.
QD को G2 में ले लो खत्म है कि.
There's the wall. Asuna gets that one ready. Timotino extends out. It's a clone that he's shot now, unsure about where the rest of them are. Another flash up the front. He's Narrate for his second. Cortez catches Timo actually inside
nice.
Snake bite.
Easy round. Everyone stacked up and they won.
For anybody. Does he do an Arsena here? Thinks about it. He's on the rope. Okay. I guess.
But now on the rope,
people, yeah.
100 Thieves, they're running it back.
हाँ भाई तेरे को दिखाता हूँ कैसे करते हैं.
Can succeed in this same situation that Arsena was just in.
Unlike Arsena, he can't heal himself. That's the issue. One of them at least.
Repeat telecast.
Slightly different plan location.
अयो.
Tries to get ahead of the game. I respect it, but Bora was.
Backside plan दिया है फटी में कि वो लोग ऊपर आ जाएंगे और फिर ऐसा swing कर रहा है ऊपर.
From there, that initial pick off onto Khelraay.
अंदर खेलने जाना चाह रहा था शायद.
हाँ.
Game away as to what 100 Thieves were intending on doing, right? Yeah, that moment there, and then rotates over.
Bro, Narrate क्या वो अब draft करके आया.
Not only was he there, 3 other players from SEN.
क्या मजा आ गया.
मुंडी हिलाया. Mouse नहीं हिलाया.
अंदर हुआ 2 बार और फिर जल गया है.
The other 10 rounds.
I saw the world insta boom and then 1v1.
Nice shot, bro.
Oh, these rounds are really.
I mean.
हाँ, true भाई. Instant वो अगर headshot रहता तो 1v1 आ गया था.
I kind of where he is right now, so kind of getting punished for that one time he decides to walk up. There's an extra player at A this round.
Yeah, looks like the move is to set up.
Redux scope में खेल रहा उधर.
Ramp from SEN, and in the meantime, it's Timatino picking up the AWP here. So expecting a bit of a slower work from 100 Thieves, hoping that Timatino can just exposing himself.
What?
Oh my God, his awareness, man, on this site is crazy.
Just walks up with the op that is absurd. He knows the right there. Could go to pass, comes out, and right.
तू किसको मारा? क्या समझू मैं इसमें?
Man, these guys got
ऐसे
absolutely
देखो किसी वेले को ऑफ
slapped down by
सेंटर
the
लेते हुए.
waylay.
अरे वो एंगल क्यों दिखेगा भाई उसके साथ?
हाँ exactly.
Onto the side.
ऑफ से कैसे क्लियर
And
करेगा
Redux
वो?
was, I mean, it's the weak side, so they make the right call.
या तो उसने बहुत खेला है उसके against.
Doesn't have an opportunity to react at all, and Sentinels are wondering
they gotta
why
save
they
this?
shouldn't bother.
I love that
हर
100
स्क्रीन
Thieves
में
can
उधर ही
play with
बैठता
that
है.
electric pace there and just
Last round के लिए save कर रहा है.
dive off that pick, zero
हाँ bro ये
hesitation.
100 Thieves
And that's how
बहुत
they're
अच्छा
able to
हो
get the
गया
kill
है.
onto
अच्छा
Narrate.
Redux हर बार वही खेल रहा है चैट में
Something
लिखा
that
है.
I've always liked about Arsenal when he's on these flex rolls, especially when he's playing the KO, is that
Chat, is
he
this
is
a
fearless at keeping
GG's
pace
or SEN is gonna come back?
when they're
I think it's a
fully
GG, bro.
activated. He does not hesitate in supporting
SEN
in
से
those
ना हो रहा.
situations, being a second guy in. He's right there to capitalize off of what Timatino is doing. And 100 Thieves now with the economy in a solid place, they can go hunting. Sen need these guns bad. Really only Caillou in danger, and he goes down.
I'm really glad you addressed, like, it's not just Timo, but the player that's
GG
with him.
वही मेरे को भी
Every
GG
time
लग रहा
Timo
bro.
falls
There's no
back,
comeback.
reflects away, there's another player that steps
There's no
in.
hope.
Yeah, that is always why I like Arsenal in these flex rolls.
Jeez, man.
फिर ही उल्टी डाले भाई उसको.
Narrate is scrabbling to try and respond in a timely fashion. But unfortunately, he's having another really difficult map so far. I'm not buying into the narrative that Bang is trying to put out there. But so far, Narrate has not been able to exert his will on the server.
Neither is John switching off that Teo so far. Timatino timing's have to go forward. This is such a sick play. The confidence that this guy exudes. But not just the confidence, the real sense for how the game is just operating around to get in these
क्या
positions.
confidence है ये?
He's got the mechanics, but he's also got
has
the
the
smarts.
timing, but he can't get the
Went
trade.
back past Narrate, so he 100% has the timing here, but the game has gotten away from him a little bit.
But that is allowing Redux to now quickly move over towards the B side. 3 players can anchor this. They've got a chance, especially if Narrate finds the timing window to assist. If he can get there.
Oh, I don't know if he has time. Look at them accelerating onto the side. And again, Narrate's going to be caught outside of the play. He can't afford to speed up and give away his position, but his teammates are going to be dead by the time he gets there. Cortez needs to buy some moments.
He tried his best, bro. He got 2 there.
Extra player. Cryo's back. Narrate might be good for one here, but eventually the cat's going out the back. And 100 Thieves are going to touch that after an
Again from Timo and Asuna.
हाँ वही वो crazy था. अबे वो बहुत wide jiggle था बनता.
Great timings, and then Asuna
अभी देखो ना वो छोटे से स्टेज पे कैसा मूव किया
वो. Spots out the player. He doesn't get the kill with the shorty, but immediately look at the 100 Thieves players there, rushing him down. Cryo and Asuna, no hesitation. This guy really understands how to use this waylay kit
लड़का पागल हो गया है बे.
लड़का पागल है.
From 100 Thieves, a very gainful attack side with a 4
भाई डिफेंस में
पहुंचा दिया. सेन को लोअर ब्रैकेट भेज दिया बनता है.
डिफेंस में डिफेंस थी ना अभी सेन की, बट बाय स्प्लिट में पता नहीं भाई सब बैलेंस्ड खेलते मस्त.
नहीं भाई हर्ष भाई कोई फ्रैग नहीं कर रहा है सेन का कोई फ्रैग नहीं कर रहा है
ट्रू जॉन क्यूटी नहीं चल रहा तो सब स्विच ऑफ हो गए वीसीटी स्किन कब आएगा भाई वीसीटी लॉक इन का तो आ जाना चाहिए अब तक या अगर नहीं आ रहा है तो शायद वीसीटी लॉक इन बंडल नहीं आएगा भाई पिछली बार लॉक इन में क्या आया था क्लच भाई
पिछली बार लॉक इन कहाँ होता है भाई किक ऑफ होता है पहली बात तो
सॉरी हाँ तो किक ऑफ का कुछ आता नहीं है ब्रो
हाँ नहीं आता किक ऑफ में पहली बार आया था बस
लॉक इन नाइफ आई थी सिर्फ हाँ तो आई डोंट नो व्हाई पीपल आर एक्सपेक्टिंग लाइक अ नाइफ और सम शिट
नहीं बे आया था ना चैंपियंस करम्बिट लास्ट ईयर बड़ा वाला वो बड़ा वाला सड़ा सा करम्बिट जो है
कौन हो भाई
करम्बिट भाई चारों रीजन का करम्बिट है ना
एक बेकार सी है
हाँ एकदम बेकार सी हाँ करम्बिट है
हाँ आई थी इसके जैसी प्राइम करम्बिट जैसी
हाँ प्राइम करम्बिट का मिनिमा करम्बिट जैसी
ओ हाँ क्या शिष्य आई थी ना भाई
हाँ इसीलिए लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं
अच्छा डाल दो फिर कुछ तो हाक दो
नहीं डालेंगे
बट भाई बैक टू बैक 2 नाइव्स आए जो जिनके ना एनिमेशंस कंप्लीट अलग है तो अभी तीसरा तो आई डोंट थिंक सो एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं
It's the combination now of having 3 highly experienced players around him.
भाई लोग आजकल एक बंडल और एक नाइफ वाला एक गन और एक नाइफ का बंडल डालते हैं भाई
Every single season of VCT
5-man B push 5 SEN कौन सी बंडल नहीं
Timotino has just been
I'm saving for something that I can make a video of
and then you can feel the support from Austin who is coming in. But let's see if Sen can run it back now.
तुमने आया काशी ली
This is their map.
हाँ भाई क्या beautiful है यार.
Do they have remotely the same levels of swagger? When fighting for this early map control, it's really hard against this Sentinels setup. Asuna quickly has to respond. Where the heck did they come from? Narrate gets across to the side.
Retirement time.
And Hand of Thieves did not have the time to set up that architecture before they were collapsed on.
Yeah, intending to try and disrupt the pack from the duelists, right? Standard, you're going to have your Yoru, send that gate crash,
honestly,
bro, and they're dashing up top. And they just find success in the straight-up aim duel wins.
I do think I want to be watching Redux over the course of this half. That's a big point of difference. To have the Yoru, that's something that Hand of Thieves have to go without with this comp.
हाँ बैक साइड पे बैठ के मारा ना भाई मजबूत टीपी मार दिया था ना डायरेक्ट
जब उसको आइसोलेट कर दिया था
I mean that was like 300 Thieves players that just got deleted.
We've been raving about the Yoru Waylay comps and their ability to just bypass those chokes in a second. You've even got Omen TP as well. We've seen that also used.
I mean, that's nice. Look at how much that's going to disrupt your crosshair placement, though. Having a guy dashing the top box with a teleport backside.
आपको अभी तक किसी और ने अप्रोच किया है जी ब्रो?
To adjust to, not just swinging left or right, but you got to, like, it's crazy. You have to try to get it up to the box, then back down. There's so much going on.
That's going to be the big wrinkle here for Hand of Thieves. How do they get this Sage to set up in order to make that impossible, right? Cut the team in half. Maybe the best Arsena can do is prevent the rest of Sen from flooding in behind these duelists. That still doesn't feel optimal.
Arsena, they're basically just saying, why not? I have a classic. I'm just going to main and get this orb, so try and get to the res ASAP. As Sen activate this split into B. Redux slow to clear out. Will the pack go through?
Bro, nice shot by Cortesia.
Over on the flank as well.
Oh,
Khelraay timing. Austin is fearless on this round.
Okay.
Why not? He's got a classic. Okay.
Oh
my God.
Bro,
there's no way.
कैसा घूम गया ये round?
Just not sharp enough. That should not
इधर मरे
happen.
सब भाई.
None of it.
Oh no. That is such a disaster. Austin is giggling away because he was just no fear in that round. Literally, why not? Just has the classic. Come on, man. Cortez wins that duel opposite side of the map as well, but then, all right, Bora catches him. Not a big deal. But it was Asuna placing the wall. Cut off it. That's what I'm saying. They can't believe it. NBS can't believe it. I can't believe it.
इको आ गया भाई, डबल डिजिट चले जाएंगे.
Stuck behind the wall that can't support. Austin is getting creative again.
One of these might just be a few rounds away from, for the first time ever, beating Sentinels in a VCT America's kickoff. Here's Timo.
Bro, he almost had a collide.
With confidence. Vora not so fortunate. This is a pretty sensible save from Sentinels. They're up on that A side though.
John has the stinger. Nice shot from
Nice shot,
That's a spike drop out in the open though. How can they recover that with Timo in? Oh my god, man.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he sticks around there and is punished for it, but these are trades that One of these are happy to take.
ऐसा उड़ी मारता है भाई
Now it's
किसके
going to be up to
मुंह पे.
Redux. Struck squarely by that paranoia.
Got some rifle.
That slow warp is a bit of an issue for him though. He's going to get double swung and that is that. Chalk up another one for 100 thieves. Sen really has had to let that one go through to the keeper.
Bit of damage, but it's made less relevant considering 100 Thieves got away with 3 guns when they won that eco round. Some nice shots from Tino again. He is dominant in the server, top of the board.
Shot, bhai.
11 deaths.
Nice! Come on, bro.
What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. If Oric does not give the impression that he's a super loud guy, but bro's got lungs.
Bro, finally, bro. No John Cutie, no party.
Postured up for a mid walk.
40 हो गई भाई 40.
3 players.
Vora calling this audible. All right, this is kind of insane.
Oh, shot.
Oh, it kind of, well, falls
Flash
flat.
भाई यार मैं अगला गेम नहीं देख रहा bro.
There's no trade opportunity for Timo.
I guess I need to sleep and give my body some rest. तुमको मालूम मैं ना कितना भी थका हुआ मतलब दोपहर की स्ट्रीम के बाद थकता हूँ ना मैं सो नहीं पाता हूँ फिर कितना भी थका हूँ क्या
थकने के बाद नहीं सो पाते
हाँ
सिस्टम ही अलग है तुम्हारा
भाई आधा 1 घंटा सिर्फ नैप हो रही है सिर्फ मालूम और वो भी उसमें भी मतलब मैं जगा हुआ ही रहता हूँ बहुत ट्राई करता हूँ सोने का नहीं होता एंड रात में भी जो नींद लगती है ना वो रोज का टाइम जो है ना उठने का 11 वगैरह का 10-11 का तभी खुल जाती है तो कितना भी लेट सो मैं
भाई ये ना भाई आज चल रहा है भाई 4-5 साल बाद दिक्कत देगा पता है
हाँ तो इसलिए भाई इसलिए मैं सोच रहा हूँ सो जाते हैं
spot out a very clear lack of defenders on the side.
मैं तो सो के आता हूँ
मेरे से वही नहीं हो रहा भाई मेरे से सोना ही नहीं हो रहा हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ आ रहा है आज बर्थडे था भाई
want to be caught off the side entirely but he was overwhelmed instantly.
100 Thieves are definitely playing with a lot of confidence there and I think a bit overly so in this round with Austin trying to find the timing to get back into sight. Really disconnected from where 100 Thieves rotates would have had to be on the minimap to support in time. They're just
दोपहर को टाइम नहीं है तो प्लीज कर लो क्या
factoring in the Waylay meta and getting rushed
मैच
down
नहीं है तो आज रात की कर लो ऐसा तू बोल रहा है समझा मुझे बट दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि मेरे को कल नींद मेरी खुल जाएगी बराबर वही टाइम पे जिस टाइम पे मैं उठना चाह रहा हूँ तो मेरे को जल्दी ही सोना पड़ेगा ऐसा वही तो मैं बोलना चाह रहा हूँ
इतने दिनों से इतना स्क्रीन टाइम हो गया ना जिंदगी में इतना स्क्रीन टाइम कभी नहीं हुआ और इतना स्ट्रीम नहीं हुआ होगा मेरा कभी
वाह
पहली बार मैं आज रैंक खेलने गया ना काम ही नहीं कर रहा था भाई दिमाग और आंखें जल रही थी पता है
Surely they instant try to blow it up and there's a Waylay right on top of you. So I think the fact that he gave that audio cue and nothing happened.
No worries, chat.
That might have
it's
made
not the only
like,
game जो आज NV versus obviously big game है. हाँ मैं खेला.
Slowly rotating over to that side of the map.
Not the only big game that's left.
Number 17 here. 100 Thieves, of course, still with that healthy buffer.
Let's not worry about
frankly, what happened in the second round of this half? This egregious, classic-driven, thrifty.
I guess I'll
on that anti-eco round. Just as Sen was trying to get started, building brick by brick in. John, in contrast to his previous map, has had a very quiet outing here. On the controller for this map and is...
What about Demon 1? I guess he'll play, bro. Oxy...
Can't understand
I don't think so. इतना जल्दी आ पाएगा भाई.
Sen's chance at making a comeback. The economy for 100 Thieves, despite winning an eco and stealing Sen's guns away, are now on the precipice of it being broken.
Mid-round dog here. So
did he just spam that?
Bang. Tries to step into that space he thought was vacant. It was anything but.
Yeah, दिखा उसको.
Finding a moment.
Good morning, Viraj.
Cross to be 100 Thieves feel like the emphasis from Sen will be placed.
Oxy ki mother passed away. That's why Demon One.
Conversion pass, and maybe there's a moment that Asuna could go for a res.
There.
Feels like this is the kind of round where that tempo gain matters off a safe res. And again, back towards A. This time I would find it unlikely for Asuna to commit too deeply.
Looks like he wants to get in. Look at this. 100 Thieves trying to rotate
Surely
over in
not.
time. Slow. Will offer something to
Wow.
say. Oh, no. That's brutal to get
और मारा.
Oh, hinged it up. It is tough to fight from that position.
Nice one there, eh?
Follow-up catches Cryo out there in screens. That kill, specifically that kill, a huge boon for Sentinels now.
Oh!
Wow, what a kill from Timo and the conversion.
Bro, what a
getting all three? No.
Oh, nice one, Redux. Nice, भाई. What a flash. Redux का kill क्या? Redux का kill भी जरूरी था भाई.
Make sure it's lights out for the waylay.
That ends up being a sizable commitment front 100 Thieves that results in, insult added to injury. Not only just Sen win the round now, that breaks their economy. 100 Thieves at different points here could have decided to save. I think, when they have the two-man left. Well, then Timatino gets one, and they risk it all on the path. So lose the round, economy broken, paths out of the game for a while. That's big for Sen. Comeback can be super legit at this point.
Remade.
Cryo and Timatino hold up in mid both. Sheriffs and Stingers.
Oh, push कर रहे भाई.
They thinking about something harebrained here.
और एक को इतना low किया भाई नरेट ने. And he gets one. Okay.
These two are in mid and yet Cryo still able to get out with a kill.
क्या player लोग है ये लोग?
No gun though.
Even though Narrate knows he hit that saturate. Even
भाई वेले के अल्ट और स्लो में लोग ज्यादा ड्यूरेशन के लिए स्लो होते हैं एज कंपेयर टू हार्बर का फ्लैश एंड अल्ट, which I feel is unfair. मतलब विजिबली मुझे वैसा लगता है. मेरे को स्टैट वाइज पता नहीं क्या ड्यूरेशन है.
Oh, he might catch it. Yeah, nice.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good catch, but he might go down. There's two players flanking him. That's super aggro. Pretty high risk.
Does Bang have the stopping power here, though? Cortez has definitely drawn a couple of 100 Thieves players over towards that side of the map. Doesn't linger too long. Credit to him there. Bang has to get away here with the paranoia now. Fake TP, though. Where could he be? Narrate's looking for him. And it's bought enough time for Timo to arrive with the rifle picked from Cortez's body.
Cryo just with that Sheriff, but there's never a just with that Sheriff for Cryo. He's been hitting some sick shots with it in this series so far. Timo able to maybe get some info, then refract, or a free kill into it.
No way, bhai. No way.
Refract anyway. Now it is up to John. No paranoia here. Just the TP. And he's already getting double swung. He cuts that angle up so nicely. There was no chance for Cryo to help, and now it will be down to Timo. No armor, but John is low. Tap of the spike. Gonna have to get
What
up
a
early.
nice pussy,
If you want
bro.
to come at the king. John will stick around the corner. Little peek, John low on ammunition.
Bro,
And Timo
क्या
gets there.
उन्होंने round निकाला है.
This guy is
भाई ये round था bro to win the game.
enough to keep 100 Thieves in the lead.
These eco rounds, simply the undoing of Sentinels on this half, man. That is what
John का घी खत्म है.
these will come down to. Right out in the open, 11 HP. Nuts shot from Cortez.
30 seconds.
हिमांशु भाई
over committing to that.
आग बंद करके रखो. कुछ भी हो जाए, कितना भी नींद ना आए, फोन हाथ में लो ही मत. एक पॉइंट के बाद नींद आएगी.
Showing like this against Sen,
Automatic.
the consistent foe of 100 Thieves, as you mentioned, the team that has bested them in every kickoff so far. Timo is turning up, and you can't help but feel like Sen really just threw that one away. Solo plays not necessary. Guns given up. Here's Timo up on the line. Opportunity for the first kill.
Prowler will force Timo to get on out. Again, Nightfall. Catch on, conversion pass. They're going to throw everything out this round. Sentinels
Wow.
betting the house on it.
बिठा दिया भाई टीमों को पहले ही.
This TP here for Bang is just to get into position. Cortez is close though and shuts him down.
Okay, 8-11.
Spent extensively here in round number 19, but it looks like it may well have been enough.
I mean, yeah, they've got one flash to try to get back in and use it. They're through screens right now.
Cryo, okay. Gets fortunate there. Slow warp though is in his way. Arsenal's trying to bide his time.
Bro, what is that peak?
Arsenal like jump peek there to have the trade come through on the swing. That's a play that he loves.
Turtle peak था भाई वो क्या था?
जो लोग Redux track कर रहा है bro ये match.
भाई Redux को duelist ही दो. Watch you from Khelraay. Khelraay कहाँ आता है क्लच भाई? Khelraay. हाँ उसने लिखा है watching you from Khelraay.
I don't know if it could be any more excessive than that though. I mean,
Nightfall and
Eco round on 100 thieves. Oh yeah. Currency से बता सकते हो आप लोग कौन सा देश है?
They must win this.
कलगरी कनाडा में अच्छा आप लोगों को अगर प्यार देना है दोस्तों कहीं से भी तो मुझे इजीली समझने के लिए आप अपने करेंसी में मुझे बता सकते हो आप कहाँ से हो सिंपल एज दैट
Redux picks up the anti-eco gun. He has the outlaw. He's waiting for the aggression. However, it's over on that A side. Okay. So far, so good.
He's going for more.
Containing.
Oh
no.
ये लोग कैसे टचटी में इतना आगे आते भाई?
That is valuable information.
उसके बाद मार के जाते.
Thieves really concentrate 3 players on this stack, but there is time in the round for a cross here through sewer or up mid. And Hunter Thieves are kind of matching this already. Is this a pump fake though? Do we go heaven instead?
It looks like it. Arsenal with the res, but shouldn't have a chance to use it here. Just slowing them down with the orb. Going to do it again as he's stunned up. Doesn't catch him.
Oh yeah, rough. Not punished for that somehow. Arsenal! Don't know how he got out alive, but he still needs to have an impact in this round. That's more important. Teasing some shots out. A lot of footsteps on rafters, and yeah, Arsenal just doesn't have the right weapon for that scenario. That window closed long before that moment.
Exposing himself to the long angle, and that should be enough to close this out. Unless he wins an isolated 1v1 over in B main, maybe opportunity there. Huge fight coming up.
It could be free. No, John knows. Fully aware. Happy just to keep him contained in B main for the time. Being at Redux, well, satisfy himself with a couple of easy kills.
Easy kill.
Again, also takes a minimum of damage in that
भाई.
Keeping a cap on this SEN economy could make the
comeback
that much more difficult.
Redux third on the round to deal with him. Dimensional drift moving into the next. Could definitely see SEN going for an easy 1-2 dimensional drift.
By Redux ऐसे ही spray transfers देता है.
Drops the pit. Keep it nice and simple. But there would be counters for the pit from 100 Thieves. They have
Cortesia इन लोग को problem देके रखा है ना.
Importantly, Seekers to try and locate the Viper in there, and then when you do get the info on the player's location, convergent paths from Timatino. So this could be an ult combo type round.
And viewers C9 की watch party नहीं होगी, clutch buy करेंगे, clutch buy की stream पे देख लेना.
2 out of 3 of Hunter Thieves round wins in this half
have been तो ult है इनके पास.
On Sheriffs or some form of awkward low buy.
Watch Phantom.
If not for those moments, Sentinels may well have already caught them. So that aside, Hunter Thieves, now we need to see what they can do in the gun round with some real tools at their disposal. With this entire
India के बाहर भी Aquafina मिलता है.
If not for those eco rounds, look at the state of the SEN economy. They got ecoed twice, and they're still up to 7K on a player. Everyone 3K plus minimum, which is a testament to when they are winning these rounds.
If any chance decider जाता है तो करेगा stream हाँ.
A lot of guns saved into those next rounds, and that's honestly been part of the reason they're still in this game, is that they haven't been forced onto ecos themselves often at all. Redux coming to life.
Demon going to play or not? He's gonna play, bro. भाई ult से अभी 100 Thieves के पास इतने सारे.
A lot.
No way. 100 Thieves loses this round.
Of Sentinels, but it gets 100 Thieves that much closer. And if they can if they win around here, save some ultimates, then dangerous for Sentinels.
Very early pit now in mid. Pretty standard though, from your Viper, just to try and deny that space. And Arsenal throwing that fast, slow orb, wanting to force Sentinels to need to, maybe re-clear this with some util, but they just wait for the dark cover to drop and get multiple players swinging out of it. Silent contact take.
Bang is stacked here with Timo. on the low ground. No Heaven presence at all, and Narrate's walked into it, straight into a crossfire. TP attempt there, but Timo's going to at least find the trade, and then what? Then what? Sentinels stuck back out in B main with the Vipers still very much in the game. Seekers trained on their location.
Frankly, I'm just confused at the lack of dimensional drift being used to get in there. Find the location of a player, disrupt positioning.
Viper के ऊपर गेम है भाई मिड वाले.
Go for the light speed double dash in. Knows where to throw the saturate right away. Can get an
somehow
kill.
kills
I don't
him.
understand why that ult just isn't used on an execute.
They're saving this.
On a round where 100 Thieves are at 11. That's honestly kind of perplexing.
Save तो नहीं कर रहे हो कि never mind ही जा रहे हैं.
Seconds left. They're trying to make the dash towards
ये Cortesia का ult round निकाल सकते हैं
into the site. Cortesia can and should be dropping the pit on this round, no doubt. They need to win this 3v4 out. At least they've gotten the 4 Seekers out. They've gotten that convergent paths out. Well, awesome, easy res.
10 seconds left.
It'll be more difficult to clear them out of this pit. That could be their saving grace.
So we've got 4-5 players now return. They're going to go for it. John sees Timo coming. 3 players in that spawn direction now. Kayuga's trying to keep them out. Double swing into them. This is getting costly for 100 Thieves. They're down to 3. But Cryo taking John out of the game is big. It's just Cortesia left. He's made his way over towards screens. And he has to go absolutely monumentally big to keep Sen's head above the water. Player on the spike, trying to spray it, and shows himself. There's the defuse, and 100 Thieves get 2 match points.
Just able to defuse around the corner there as well. I just don't know about that round, man. I think Sen could have approached that in a much simpler way, just ults here. I mean, Narrate is dashed in, doesn't know there's a player backside. If they drift in, they know it's there. Also, if they're just going for the TP play backside, the TP is like, I'm really confused at what just happened there.
It's rushed. It's just a bit rushed.
And obvious timeout coming in here now, not just to get a strat for this last round on the bye, I think from Kaplan, but these guys are going to be frustrated how that played out.
भाई 2-0 हार रहे यार 100 Thieves से. That's actually sad.
Bro, तो ये तो किसी ने बोला भी नहीं था कि जीतेंगे 100 Thieves से.
In this series. There's been fingernails getting chewed.
Why नहीं यार last game इसके against तक लड़
feeling frustrated, looking frustrated.
हाँ.
And again, you get eco twice on this half.
अच्छा. Bro, उसमें क्या मारा था यार?
Kind of fall flat. The planning's not there. Maybe they just get ahead of themselves.
भाई Redux क्या मारा उसमें?
These are 2 teams with rookie.
भाई Redux आज भी मार रहा है कुत्ते जैसे.
Coming up from challenges.
लेकिन ये गेम में जोन नहीं चल रहा है ना भाई इसलिए शॉर्ट हो रहा है.
The fruits of their labor at frankly a pretty early stage of their tier 1 careers. Some of the ideas from the 100 Thieves camp, the team comps we've seen, especially what we saw in that previous map, that is giving them the edge here.
John को भी 1 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है तो उसको टीम चेंज करनी चाहिए. वो ये टीम में बराबर नहीं बैठ रहा.
Express himself in his play style.
Yeah, if you're a 100 Thieves fan, this outfit that they have this year is strong with the combination of the new talent,
बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर है भाई वो
ideas
उल्टा.
from the coaching staff, a
उसको
renowned
ये में
coach,
जाना चाहिए Fnatic खेलना चाहिए.
Rose and NBS for the Sen as well.
Fnatic को अब I guess एक IGL की जरूरत है.
They have the experience. Let's see if 100 Thieves can close this out or if Sen can make the comeback and bring us to OT. They have that dimensional drift out of the timeout. What is the plan that Kaplan has given them? Cortesia was early on that A side, but now rotating off. Looks like they want to work into some kind of B hit, but main controlled right now by Bang. Has the ability to take a first engagement, try to quick TP away if necessary.
Where does this dimensional drift fit into the game plan for Sentinels? You know they've planned to use it here. They've got no other option.
100 Thieves are pretty baited into stacking up towards A right now. There was even that rotate from Cryo, but he's quick to get back towards B Heaven. Vora alongside him on that rotate. If they split into B here, Sentinels...
What are they doing, chat?
The main fight is so pivotal. What can Bang accomplish? Or will John be able to just remove him from this side of the map?
A fake करके ही जा रहे हैं लेकिन ये पे उधर फील्डिंग लगाया उसने उसको कैसे फेक होगा वो? 3 जने B पे. I guess this is a GG. चौथा बंदा भी आ रहा है. Oh, well.
Redux gets into the backside. What you want to see from your Yoru? That Timo would have had to have done something absurd to win that engagement out. And all things considered, pretty quiet from 100 Thieves as Sentinels
Where should they go? Which would be easier? What?
Starting to look like they're composed after that timeout. Kaplan's whipped him into shape. And Cryo is looking black and blue.
Yeah, great job on that execute with Redux getting in back sight. Able to get that one kill, but crucially, it was that B main fight that I mentioned, John, just being able to best Bang there in the 1v1. If Bang wins that out and is a nuisance, all of a sudden that attempt at actually is pretty nullified, right?
मैं आपका बिग फैन हूँ मैं आपकी स्ट्रीम देखने में बहुत मजा आता है लव यू मेरे भाई
more silent than is Tejo on Corrode, but stepping up when they need him.
I take credit for the curse. I think I coined the previous map as one of the best we've seen from him, and we've seen some incredible maps from him.
रज भाई जो G2 का जर्सी तुमको दिया हो उसमें लोगो स्टिच्ड है क्या या प्रिंट है सिर्फ सब कुछ प्रिंट है ना सिर्फ
I mean, that's John just catching Bang actually on the retreat.
कलर क्वालिटी टॉप है बाकी सब ओके क्वालिटी है और प्रिंट है सब
Actually, they don't even have that much money. I thought they were going to have a bit more at this point, but no, a couple players there just guns away. So if Sen win this round, the 100 Thieves buy for the last round is going to be pretty messy.
India की official jersey महंगी
Puts them
नहीं
in an awkward spot.
Can they get it done with this stinger and rifle assortment? Sentinels really heavy presence on A.
Yeah,
Asuna can't get deep into B to confirm this, but now they're going to
go. कितना flash.
Right in the middle of the action. Gonna be John though for 2 and 3.
Bro, 3 मारा John.
He's put Sentinels in a winning position. Muscling his way into heaven. Now he'll stick around and make sure can't pull at the threads.
Just lights them up when they needed
him
most.
वो just नीचे देखने गया.
He is back. Both 100 Thieves players trying to maneuver through heaven. John
अच्छा नहीं वो उधर से आया.
seal this round up. Nice cross here from Cortesia as well.
John's been behind him this whole time. Arsena's not going to be ready for it at all. And an ace from John QT. Brilliant.
क्या मार रहा है ये?
That is पागल
वीगल हो गया भाई ये.
Series, by the way, one on each map.
Bro is mad.
Shooting off the scoreboard.
He was 4 and 10.
टीमो को देखो ना
down to the
पैरों के बीच से मार रहा था.
Really patient, finds the perfect moment, and Sen also, you know, even if they have a nice crossfire with one guy backside Jonathan and Cortesia in main, and because of 100 Thieves not saving on that other round and kind of throwing their last couple guns away, the buy here is modest at best. Couple stingers, guardians, etc. Asuna and Timotino, guys with rifles, you definitely want Timo to have one.
Brilliance there from Sentinels.
Are you serious?
It's Redux.
Oh, ये तो scripted है अभी.
Run straight at him. Asuna at least able to assert himself here, but it's not remotely enough. Not with John on the side. Bang is
ये scripted है क्या? ये scripted है.
We're off to overtime.
They're just overrun on that round. What was going on in Mail with Redux? They thought they had a timing to catch him off a teleport, I think. Just double jump into him with pistols, and he gets an easy little two-piece. And then Swift from Sen back out in main. Narrate here, immediate off of that Prowler onto Asuna.
I told you. Yo, let me ace, let me call you the round.
Oh, John's back always. Whoa,
John QT ने call किया.
He was 4 and 10, now 16 and 12.
क्या मेरी आंख लग गई थी? क्या कॉल था?
Throw in those ideas sometimes.
John QT बोला कि मेरे को मारने दो और मैं मेरे को calling करने दो गेम निकलेगा.
Going to be in charge the majority of the time. Redux up to 27 kills. That is sick from him. The bounce back from week 1 is definitely continuing. Can Sen take us to map 3 now? After stringing 3 in a row to take us to OT.
This puts 100 Thieves, though, back on the attack side. Obviously, their composition lets them get into B without being pressured from Heaven. That's why you've got no Heaven presence, really, for Sen here. They know that Sage Wall is always going to be a factor. They want to fight here in the side.
Subblind.
Paranoia definitely going to deny 100 Thieves for now if they had any intentions of legitimately.
100 Thieves 5-man ही जाते भाई. 5-man भी जाते रहते.
Earlier in that first half from him, really passive, just holding a line, not pushing up. So he'll start to drift over and maybe give them a mid to Heaven lurk prospect now.
Yeah, it looks like they just want to go for a straight up B hit. Cryo
Love you, Nochan bhai.
Double
flash.
Almost in, but not fully committed. Doesn't hit backside. Definitely gets Sentinel scurrying around a little bit. Redux caught inside that slow walk right now. This is classy work from Timo. Redux able to take the trade, but only one more for him. That was Cryo and narrate from the outside looking in, and Cryo has been waiting. Slow, patient
Bro,
rounds
Redux
here from the Viper.
did his best.
And he'll put Cryo in a very uncomfortable spot.
Even at that, taking no risks, just Molly down, backs away, triple up. 100 Thieves ready to just play this.
अगला मैच नहीं देख रहे नहीं guys, I'm sorry यार, but I can push myself, but I feel it's not worth it.
That's just not a line that was being watched. Too deep was Cryo's position in that back corner, and so 100
Point नहीं है अपन इतना push करके पता चले कल गेमिंग वाली स्ट्रीम ना कर पाए और परसों भी ना कर पाए, तो उससे अच्छा let's take care of ourselves and let's not push.
Redux can't really do much to swing or assist from that angle. He's playing backside in the slow, tries his best with the two-piece, but not enough.
Oh, Matt, you are nice, bro.
Demon One नेक्स्ट मैच में. हाँ भाई, अगर तुम लोग को पॉसिबल है तो तुम लोग देखो, बहुत सिनेमा मैच हो सकता है वो.
Let everyone else make the noise and find that timing window to just get the closeout of the round with ease.
Time out ले लिए.
We've seen that a lot from Cryo.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Really solid. How many kills have we seen him get just shooting someone in the back? I mean, we're used to seeing the jet op Cryo in the past, the chamber op Cryo, which is a little bit back. He's played plenty different duelists. He was playing Yoru with 100 Thieves running a lot of doubles early into stage 2 last year. But now going to a completely different path of the game. Lurking, playing Sentinel, playing Viper here. And he is really solid. This was a point of skepticism in the off-season with the changes that 100 Thieves were making.
पर सेंटिनल एक बेसिक एज डिफेंस नहीं तोड़ पा रही है, अटैक नहीं तोड़ पा रही है, पता है?
वही मेरे को भी नहीं समझ रहा बनता, वो लोग 5 मैन हमेशा पुश कर रहे हैं एक साथ.
उन लोग ने एक भी बार बीट एकदम अलग नहीं किया है, हर बार सेम. और क्रायो मिड रहता है.
Espresso like के करीब है. If you guys are new, please like.
Was always a good look. He was always very
active
fighting in the A side on defense. Inside those smokes.
To save their game.
Sentinels looked really good on these attack side rounds towards the end of regulation, so surely not a whole lot to retool here.
Asuna placing that wall over in A main early. Opportunity for them to close out the game, take Sen's map pick.
Asuna's always trying to lead the site early. Look at this. Again, he's already gone. Back into heaven, but pulled off away from main pretty quickly.
100 Thieves ready for a bit of a double face into mid.
Bro, what
is that spray? What is that?
Bhai,
all of a sudden the entry spray for Sen is down.
वास रखने पे आता है ऐसा.
Space creator removed.
Oh, nice trade.
Cortez, that's a hell of a shot.
बड़ा प्लेयर गिरा दिया भाई, बड़ा प्लेयर गिरा दिया.
Cortez always wanted to chime in with some ungodly accuracy at an important moment.
Opens it up, but they don't want to accelerate just yet. 100 Thieves on this silent re-clear of mid.
Leave Timo, yep.
Maybe resulting in a situation where a flanker like Timatino will be faster than Sen expect. And when their hit comes in, could set up a crossfire fighting from main while one of the 100 Thieves players or multiple get the screens.
This is slower though than I expected. I think they're waiting for some of these cooldowns to come back around. And so Sen are going to hit the site, but look at how close behind them Timo is. He's really managed to cover some ground here.
अरे भाई team flash हो गया.
Bit of an accidental team flash. Everyone from Sen relegated to backside. They're going to have to work together, set up some good crossfires.
Bro, nice slow.
Saturated.
Dojan slow है.
Though it's unclear. Timo's very, very low. Bang is asking for more. Knocking on the door. Four ready to swing off him there as well. Four is able to win it out.
ना वो 1v1 कर दिया ना थ्रो इसने, कर दिया ना इसने थ्रो. भाई जॉन प्लेयर है यार.
अब बचा लिया राउंड में.
1v2 था bro, crazy shit.
Timatino trying to work with his bread and butter there.
उसने kind of 1v3 किया खुद ने.
Dash in shotguns a couple times just throughout the entirety of kickoff.
Bro.
Honestly, it always feels like a sure play when you're watching it.
I 14 HP हो गया कभी आज भाई.
हाँ अरे भाई क्या खेला है जॉन ने.
is elated. And they are still in the mix.
नसीब वाला खेल हो गया भाई. भाई दो जन ने थोड़ा भी चिप डैमेज दिया रहता ना, अभी वो मर गया रहता.
19 for 13. Crazy. All right,
अभी ये जा रहे
pace back from Timatino.
100 Thieves आ रहेगा.
100 Thieves. Intentions of working quickly here and there. It wants to slow it down with a hinder.
उसने एल्बो स्लो भी किया था मस्त.
under rafters.
ये ऑब्जर्वर एक तो बीटी दे रहा है भाई मेरे को.
भाई ये गू खा रहा है ना ये नरेट वहाँ पे.
It's not clean, I'll say that much. Redux inside the smoke here. Shorty makes short work of Timo. The Sentinels are down to play until Cortezia
2v3
gets in, but it is Hunter all up and on this site, and Rafter presence for Bang could be dangerous.
Arsena close up with the shorty. Everyone from Sen trying to get out of screens right now. Bang on the swing, perfect timing.
And no more than that for Hunter Thieves. Arsena, a real problem there in elbow. And once again, they will take advantage in this overtime.
Bang really has like Redux today with the Phantom. Those jiggle peaks crosshair as steady as it gets. Vora up in heaven catching that one was nice, and you know I thought Cortezia was going to bring it back when he removes Vora, removes any potential from a heaven swing. They can focus forward. The shots from Bang were just too nice, too clean.
Glass cannon up for Timo.
Mixing it up, playing over towards A main right now. Teleport from Redux is all the way thrown towards A, so that definitely implies that he wants to make some noise. Get back there, they go into this A hit. Dog, so Timo can get on the line.
No connection there. I think it might have been a clone. Off to the side we go now, very quickly. Vora's going to have to tuck his way back into elbow. Redux could be in trouble here, has to get cranked out because of the snake bite, but still got fire on the backside. Vora again anchoring well, and Arsena doggedly
Okay. Trade for trade, 3v3 again.
Got to top himself back up, but this is getting a little
How
bit
can he get him? Bro, how can Arsena win that?
Out of the coffin. And out on John and Cortezia. Running together. Usually the saviors for so many of these Sentinels rounds. They've got to do it yet again. And Bang looking for a timing.
Wow.
Too fast. Heads on swivels. Cortezia and John shut the duo down. And now Vora called up from tier 2. Called up to core. One of the most iconic franchises in VCT. Has to 1v2 this to win the series.
Cortezia as well.
Oh, what a round, Marcus.
Going to pop that right away.
खत्म था game be.
Vora no utility to work with. Has to go through this dark cover as well. What a nightmare, but what a shot!
What? Vora almost had it! Moments away from some real filthy stuff. Cortezia shuts him down. We'll see Hunter Thieves go back on the attack side. Round number 29.
Hunter Thieves are just simply cursed to play out infinite 1v2s where their player gets one, gets so close, but just cannot win out the clutch. Cortezia jumping to the side, swift to get the Vandal back out.
So close.
And they're not done just yet. When will the team win on defense? It has just not come yet.
Okay, deep breath. Chance to recoup here. I don't think on these attack side rounds been pretty flawless.
Good contract अभी line पे था.
You can imagine the blood pressure inside the Hunter Thieves coaching booth. I mean, both of them in fairness, but having come so close to closing out the series, but having players needing to clutch out under ridiculous circumstances.
अबे टेक पॉज यार, ये साले बात पे खड़े हो जाते हैं ना भाई, इसके वजह से ऐसा शॉट होता है. अब ये इसको बेशरम को नरेट को कुछ सुनाई दे रहा रहेगा, इसने तो नॉइस कैंसलेशन पहन के रखा है. अच्छा नहीं, एडमिन्स को भी हेडफोन रहता है ना.
But Sen bring it back to win 2v3 that time. Relentless.
Sentinels have been adamant. This is not a rivalry. We kick their asses every time.
भाई यही ओटी में खत्म होगा, मतलब मोमेंटम तोड़ दिया दोनों का.
100 Thieves have beaten Sentinels at a VCT America's kickoff. That has some symbolism to it. It matters. Getting off on the front foot, representing your region in the first global event of the year. These matter not just for status, but also as vindication for two rosters that have taken some big risks. Taking a step back in some senses, maybe stripping back the seniority of these teams to try and raise the ceiling, to try and go further than even some of both these teams' star-studded teams in the past have failed to reach.
For me, this 100 Thieves team, throughout, honestly, their entire history, are so often making people believers. They go on a run of insane games. Like, think back to the beginning of Stage 2 last year. They were tearing everybody up at the start of that double duelist era. And then they just falter at the end when it's in playoffs, when it's time to actually qualify for a global. They give you these runs of greatness, but not enough to make the
उसको
international
मूतने
events.
लगी और वो बोल रही है कि मूत
And
नहीं
this is a
सकता
moment where
तू.
it does feel like what they've put together could be good enough to make it.
And this is a pretty unique situation. Don't always run into these sort of breaks in the action in overtime. It's an audio issue that's being diagnosed at the moment. But how does this affect things? An intense overtime after, honestly, a really back and forth map. And the rate just, we're having a discussion about what he can do to tweak some of those audio levels, but now, if there's any kickers out there, they've been well and truly iced. You obviously don't get to consult with your coaches during this period of time. This is not a strategizing window. So now you kind of got to remember what your coach told you, a few rounds ago.
कोर्टिजिया बोल रहा है भाई जल्दी खत्म कर भाई. अबे हाथ ठंडा कर रहा है बेशरम.
Fix that headset so we can get back into this.
A lot of fandom riding on this game. Two orgs that always want those bragging rights. Hundred Thieves who've had to take a back seat.
Oh yeah, social media managers with bated breath right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which post do they make?
But it's usually been, Hundred Thieves put in the corner in stage one or in that kickoff.
क्या हो रहा है भाई?
Sentinels get off to the start. They were looking for early, go out and represent. I mean, saw what happened in Madrid.
Momentum गया वही ना.
I think they as a franchise really feel like it's their time. They feel like they're next up to represent the region.
मेरे को तो लग रहा है ये खेल नहीं पा रहा, उसका बहाना दे रहा है.
Happening at the strata
वही
above
भाई
these two as well. In the
ये
upper
कर रहे हैं वो लोग
brackets,
जो
tougher. The super team MIBR,
फुटबॉल में करते हैं ना भाई.
G2, they're all up there. And they're all teams that these guys are going to have to reckon with at some point. Hundred Thieves already
वो तो स्केच बनाने लग गया भाई टकलिया.
A relatively compelling series.
का तो ये हो रहा है, anxiety हो रहा है भाई उसको.
That unique team comp that we saw come out again today. Hundred Thieves want to be in that bracket. They want to be in that room. Not fighting for their, not lives, but fighting to save face here in the middle bracket.
आज तुमने इंडिया का मैच देखा?
Oh yeah.
That made it through into the current top 4.
Close गया था क्या?
Oh wow, he's like that.
A bit close.
The hand warmers.
Yeah, like.
Abhishek Sharma 14 ball में half century मारा.
I mean, again, you're trying to keep yourself
14 ball
dialed in to some degree, right? You've had some really
उसने 6 क्या?
भाई इंडिया को 153 या 4 ऐसा कुछ का टारगेट था. कितने ओवर में चेज करी होगी इंडिया? गेस करो.
With that level of pressure.
10 ओवर.
Especially because these two teams are about as close as you can get. These
ये
rounds
कुछ
have gone
लफड़ा है
as
क्या
close
पिच का?
as they can.
अरे घंटा भाई.
Hundred Thieves have had to try and 1v2 on 2 separate occasions to get out of this series and not have to deal with the prospect
I mean इंडिया की पिच है.
looming around the corner.
But भाई वो और उसके बाद सूर्या भी मारा पता है? सूर्या भी आया और वो भी I guess 200 के स्ट्राइक रेट से मारा. 50 मारा उसने.
See another one. That's like 5 in a row. People are loving this.
अभिषेक शर्मा कुछ 20 बॉल में 70 रन वगैरह कुछ मारा.
As the start of every Hundred Thieves campaign, I think is always exciting. I'm always interested in what they're doing, right? They looked last year as well. I'm thinking, okay, what's the move for this team, right? Like Xander's in the mix. Okay, we loved him in challenges. Thought he could go really far. Boostio, there was questions about how he would sort of step into this team. We knew that Khelraay and Arsenal would sort of continue to.
अरे हो रहा क्या है भाई इनका?
How do we move from being like genuinely solid
रिपोर्ट की एक्टिंग तो अच्छी है.
Americas to consistently qualifying for these global events? Like, what do we have to do? We have some of the longest standing players in VCT Americas, and we can't accept the fact that would need to change. We need to keep them here. How do we build around them more adequately? So they put those players into that real veteran position. And finally, it feels like this year more than any other. Last year, I feel like we drew the curtain back on Brazil's tier 2, right? Players like Cortesia came into the mix. We had 2G up here. We saw Artisan, increase his game. Looks so much better. We
I guess वो ना compromise करके खेल रहा रहेगा.
Teams going to the well of challenges in America, bringing so much talent forward. It's their time to shine.
Time for the players to dial back in after a little break. Sentinels on defense. The side in the server that these teams just have not been able to figure out in OT. Timatino fast at mid with the rest of the team, just playing around this cloud for the moment. As a crossfire is set up by SEN, and actually backing off, but it was watching towards Mail for at least a moment. Vora clearing out some space with this Trailblazer. And Timatino can garner it off the back of the knowledge that his initiator got. But some of these actually pivoting everyone towards A main, leaving the Waylay on the
भाई
look right now.
ये टीमों का पोजीशन बहुत बीटी देने वाला है
on that B side. He's been able to get pretty far forward. So this allows for a drift.
बट उन लोगों ने सुन तो लिया है तो एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे.
He's heading over to A to help out.
What is he? I will get one.
Turn towards drop. Yeah, Caillou
Maybe not.
concerned about a wrap from mid here. That's definitely on the cards at this time. It's really about finding the timing.
Bro, अबे क्या टाइमिंग मिला उसको? दीवार का एक के लिए नाप रहा था ना कोडिजिया. Bro, insane भाई.
उसको टाइमिंग कितना प्यारा मिला देखे.
असुना को ना? अच्छा उसको भी टीमोडिनो को.
Finds the moment to get the kill on Cortezia.
खोल दिया रास्ता भाई.
Straight after that. Oh, spam through from Neri. This is getting awkward. Is really expecting that someone is in Benson.
He can't get out of here.
He is right. Timo is chilling, man.
Bang unbothered. Low in health, but knows Timo can just pop back up. They'll have a crossfire set up, potentially. Making use of this smoke. I mean, Nare looks a little lost in that kind of moment. Timo for 3 in the round. Conversion paths earned.
Marcus.
Definitely making a name for himself in kickoff and in this series.
कर दो भाई कर दो अब खत्म कर दो please भाई.
Phenom pulled up from tier 2 with this TSM core that is merged with 100 Thieves here.
These timings he is finding. It's an innate sense for them.
You could just see the effectiveness on Waylay again.
I don't know what was happening before.
With the double dash out, Heaven just breaks the crosshair of the anchor. Free kill.
मार दिया उसने भी almost.
हाँ भाई.
When they pull out of main.
बहुत reckless खेलता है ऐसा लगता.
100 Thieves win the first round. They have to close it out. But Sen have been unrelenting in this situation. They've clutched up.
Sentinel भी है ना अलग ही start कर रही है.
क्यों भाई देखो ना क्या झूले से. IGL है IGL है. अरे ये लेकिन IGL बोलता ही नहीं है कुछ.
पहला IGL है.
जो सुनता है.
100 Thieves are not afraid to stick their necks out for each other in mid. Poison Orb has just been thrown down now, so there's some really nice going for it. I mean, I think Sen have been playing for this. They've been waiting for something like that. Can they do a thing about it? No opportunity. But this is time. Bled down.
चौथ क्यों नहीं बोल रहा है साला मारू भी मैं. इसका काम भी मैं ही करूँ.
What the map looks like.
तू बैठ जा बाजू में भाई.
Cross backs and gathering up for this A hit after making some presence known towards that middle side. It's just Asuna on a ultra passive position, basically playing for spam. We've seen him really building to try and get back sight during hit timings. Looks like he might be thinking about doing it again. But this time, you know, in contrast to previous rounds like this, he has support getting into the site. Now doubled up with Cryo.
Eyes on Timotino here. He could be huge. Flash down. Escape. Good. Saturate, but it's a clone. Still will be able to double dash away. Vorid.
Straight है bro. Oh my god. Bro, wow.
There's Asuna inside the smoke looking good, but John always an issue. He's found yet another one. Cryo, those kept the dream alive here for 100 Thieves. Plant going down. Cryo behind the screens here. Swing timing is perfect. And John has to do it again. With 22 health.
कितना मारेगा भाई वो बंदा कितना मारेगा.
Shuts it down. And we'll finally have the defuse here to give 100 Thieves their first stub against the Sentinels franchise in VCT America's kickoffs.
बोला था कि हम we always whoop your ass.
Rookie Timotino there. I mean, phenomenal play on split. We saw him not only just racking up kills on account of the mechanics, but on those attack rounds, the intelligent timings that he was finding to get opening picks, the amount of first kills he got there, really sick. Racks up 8 in that game.
भाई कायू फ्रैग नहीं करता हाँ अर्ज भाई.
हाँ क्या?
एकदम टेंशन में खेलता है ऐसा लगता है.
Send downfall is real. It's horrific, bro. 500 लाइक के करीब है हम लोग. लाइक द स्ट्रीम. भाई क्या ऐसा ये लग रहा हो ना मैं. अजीब सा लग रहा हो कैसा. चलो क्लच भाई बाय.
बाय ब्रदर्स. टेक केयर.
तुम देख रहे हो?
हाँ भाई ऑफ कोर्स.
वही चैट क्लच भाई के चैट पे जाओ. वो वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हैं इसकी एनवी की. तो उनके चैनल पे आप लोग देख सकते हो एनवी वर्सेस C9 की मैच. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. होप यू गाइस एंजॉयड. मिलते हैं अपन अगली स्ट्रीम में कल. ओके, आई एम सो सॉरी, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा ये वाली लाइव स्ट्रीम, बट कल अच्छे से अपन वैलो स्ट्रीम करेंगे, फोटोशॉप स्ट्रीम भी करेंगे, एंड विल बी गुड. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.